Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. I am your host with the most, TheChronicToast, and today we're diving right back into Battletech by Harebrained Schemes. Specifically, we're taking a gander again at our playthrough as the Breadbox Privateers and Harry 78's Battletech Extended Commanders Edition 3025 mod. Oh man. Listen, we got Craig 0077 in chat. Hello, good sir. Hopefully your day is going well. Hopefully your weekend has gone well. If not, hopefully our shenanigans and poor decisions here will make it feel a little bit better. I know for myself, the week coming up is not super exciting, but I always get excited about getting the chance to play some Battletech here on a Sunday. Oh man. So without further ado, let's dive on in. We left off with mechs in pieces, pilots out of action. I think Toast has got blown up in the locust they were in. So we're kind of in a bit of a conundrum. So the question is, what do we want to do? You can see up here on the right-hand side, we've got a large number of our mechs, both of our Vindicators. Basically, we had to bail out the pilots. They lost their torsos. We've got an upgrade for the Argo coming up in 12 days and a financial report in 13 days and not a lot of money in the bank, relatively speaking, at least for our playthroughs. We're about 6 days out from having at least four more pilots ready to roll. I think right now we only have Sarvik as our one pilot, which while Sarvik is awesome at the same time, in 6 days we'll have a full lance of mechs. And so that's definitely one option that we can do is we can get in here and pursue holding out for 6 more days and trying to see what missions are still available. Now, if we did want to come down here and do a little bit of traveling, the big question is what is within range within about 1.5 skulls? And, I'm picking that because we've been having some difficulty with 1.5 or 2 skull missions. We really need to get some better medium mechs, and we're doing what we can to search down that road. But as you can see up here, hey, these are relatively close by, but its active factions are Draconis Combine, and the system owner is Clan Ghost Bear. So that's not great. That's not good for us. We are not ready to face clans if we can't even defeat similar inner sphere lances. That's just absolutely crazy. So what's nearby? We could go back southeast all the way over to Shibukawa, and there's a lot of stuff there. It's not too shabby. There's some stuff to do. It's a mega city. Research, Rocky World. There's some things available there as far as the tags are concerned. You come down all the way down here to Sendai. There's not much to do here. We could go all the way over here to Dove, and again, it's not much is available there, and it's a significant amount of money and time, relatively speaking. So I think our best bet for now is to spend 6 days, get everybody back together, get everybody back on the horse, get all the pieces pulled back together into our mechs, get everything repaired, get some mech warriors pulled back together, including Craig 0077, Tug Bobo, Harry 78, and Steel Warrior. And we'll see if we can't get some missions going. So, oh man. Pirate Knight 1, welcome to the chat, welcome to the channel. Pirate asks, got any lambs and or artillery mechs yet? We haven't run across those yet in BEX3025. I know a bunch of other mods that are out there that are available, such as Battletech Advanced 3062, Rogue Tech and stuff, has those mechs in them. At least for us right now, we haven't run across that. And as far as artillery mechs go, we have not yet tackled or chased down the Bull Shark, I believe, which is the one that we can get access to right now. We could search down some storefronts to get some artillery pieces pulled together and get those pulled into a mech. But at the moment, we really haven't run into the 7 million C-bills that we need to make that work. We are playing on some of the most hardest, difficult settings possible for this mod. 8 pieces per mech. CT destruction means the mech is gone. Once a pilot has fully got all their injuries, they're toast. They're bailed on out. So, and we're playing on simulation mode, so everything is slower. XP gain is slower. Contract payouts are less. It has been a hard grind where C-bills are still king. So we're getting there. We're getting there. So without further ado, I think what we're going to do is we're going to put 6 days back on the clock. We're just going to let this roll on by, get a little bit further along in August 3052. And we'll see what we have available here. So the Vindicators are done. There it is. Both of those are back in action and ready to roll. And we have an Argo upgrade ready to go in 6 days and a financial report in 7. And a lot of our other pilots, they got pretty heavily wrecked up there. So it's going to be an adventure. I think the next big upgrade that we spend here after the financial report is going to be trying to get that 3rd habitation pod rolling so we can get some more mechs. That would be very, very, very fantastic. AKA Cobol, awesome. Welcome to the chat. How is it going? Pirate Knight has asked, does any campaign missions yet? Have I done any campaign missions yet? And the answer is yes. I've done a lot of campaigns for the vanilla gameplay. you can actually go over to my YouTube channel and find access to all of the flashpoints, all of the campaign missions that are available that I have covered over there. Other than that, we haven't done any campaign missions as part of this mod or any of the other mods that has been recorded. That is still something I'd like to dive back into, possibly with Battletech Revised, if we go down that road here in a few months and play that mod again. So, in the meantime, though, we're continuing to cruise on through here in career mode and basically trying to make our way through and have a lot of fun along the way. So let's go make sure that our mechs are, in fact, back in one piece, so that way we can get this stuff moving forward. We've got 2 Vindicators, Wolvie, Jenner, Firestarter, and, of course, a Jack-of-all-trades Commando 1B. Really a pretty good little mech, all things considered, but it really can't take a lot of punishment. And so while it is a good stopgap for lighter missions, and it's a good mech to kind of fill the gap when certain mechs are kind of getting, wrecked, it's not fantastic to kind of be the main mech that you're diving into. So that being said, all our mechs are pulled back together, which is fantastic. We do have Sarvik, Harry78, Krieg 0077 with the sensor lock, as well as the Master Tactician, which is pretty awesome, Steel Warrior, and of course Tug Bobo down here with that sure footing as well. So we should be good to go to dive into a few more missions. Hopefully everybody's weekend is going well. We're going to be trying to stream here for a few more hours, get a few more hours in here and get some fun stuff going on. This is being recorded here, not only through Twitch, but this will be going up live. Not so much live. This will be going up after we're done recording this live, about a week from today over on our YouTube channel. So if you do miss this, you can always go catch it over there or catch it on video on demand here on Twitch. Or if you want to see any of the 400 to 500 plus additional hours of previous playthroughs in this career, as well as our Pro Pirate career, or any of our other stuff with Flashpoints or any other games, you can go find those over on our YouTube channel as well. Seawell101, welcome to the chat, man. How's it going? Seawell asks, hey, Chronic, how's things in the toast world? Things are going relatively well. Kind of a lot of stuff done today. Had our first get together again with a bunch of friends from our former D&D group, and now that we're all vaccinated, we're ready to roll. Life is kind of getting back in order. Taking a look at our schedules and said, hey, do we want to start and get continue our campaign moving forward? And the answer is yes. So I'm going to be diving into doing some D&D stuff, not here online for Twitch and stuff like that, but we'll be talking about some of the shenanigans and stuff that we got going on as we go through some of our adventures today and into the future for sure. The big question today, however, is what do we want to do? We need C-bills. We're below our self-imposed 1.5 million C-bill limit, which means we're going to prioritize C-bills. And I really want to take a one-skull mission. We really need to get something back in the tank. I really would like to take Raiding Party. It pays $493, which isn't too bad. And we're going to get about 300,000 out of that. After drop cost, it'll be about a nice 200,000 boost, which will be good. That being said, this is a pirate mission. So you got the one skull flex to 2, and then it's another half skull flex for the pirates. So Creek says lots of assassination missions here. This is absolutely true. Capture base, battle, assassinate right here with escaping spy, assassinate down here. This might be a good one. Not so much for taking our first mission because we're not going to be getting a lot of salvage out of that. And duo duel, this could be really cool, but again, we do not have the tonnage for that. As well as he does his own stunts, another assassination mission. So I think we're going to take the raiding party, try to get our C-bills up to above that 1.5 million C-bill mark if we can, and then we'll be able to start taking a bit more of a balanced approach as we dive on through this stuff. And I apologize, I'm just really excited to be diving back into this, and so as a result, I'm stumbling over my words a little bit. It's just really exciting to see how things go, and this mod is always something I look forward to every single week. Seawell says we're looking at starting a new Pathfinder campaign next month. Oh, that's awesome. I played a lot with Pathfinder, the first edition. I really, really enjoyed it. It was a nice step up from D&D 3.0 and 3.5. It was a really, really, really fun, good transition. It's a little crunchier than D&D 5e, so it is what it is, but it's all right. I heard that Pathfinder 2nd edition is pretty darn good. It's a little different, but it's pretty good. Azakis! Hello, burned bread. Oh, man, with the Pikachu wave. Hello. How is it going, Azakis? Hopefully your evening/morning is going well. We're going to dive into Raiding Party. We're going to see how horribly this goes. We're going to prioritize C-bills a little bit here. Pick 0, get 3. But we do get 381,000 C-bills, which is going to come in pretty handy. So hopefully we can get a few mech pieces out of this randomly assigned. We'll see. We'll see. Seawell says it'll be first edition. We like crunchy. Oh, man. We spent 3 years, admittedly, only meeting one day a month with about a 6-hour session. But we spent almost 3 years getting most of the way through the Rise of the Rune Lords campaign, and that was pretty hairy. That was pretty fun, but that was a good, solid challenge. So it is what it is. Oh man, Rigid Doe, Riskus rules. Oh man, Reese's, how's it going? Oh yeah, let's dive in. Let's see what happens. Not funny when you have to fix this, explain it. Oh no, it is what it is. But we're getting it figured out. So let's see what happens here. We're gonna dive on in and hit the accept button. And let's see who we have for pilots. We're going to pull down Krieg. We're going to pull down Sarvik. I think we have Tug Boba left over. Tug's probably... See, do we want to pull in the Firestarter? We could instead of the Vindicators. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. So right now, we just want to make sure that we can get our affinity with our pilots back to where they got to go. Down here in the Vindicator, which is good. Sarvik doesn't really have any major skills set up just yet, but really focusing on the gunnery aspect of it. And this one right here is focusing on the PPC as well as the LRM-10, so that's going to be handy. Now, Krieg over here is focused a bit more on the Wolverine, so we're going to swap them around. We're going to see where Harry spends most of their time. Harry down here is spending most of their time in the Jenner, so that's perfect. And Steel Warrior is spending time in a whole slew of vehicles, but right now also the Vindicator as well as a 4 and a 4. That's pretty straightforward. This particular build has a lot of medium lasers on it as well as the PPC, so there's a better chance that this mech is going to want to get to closer action or find itself there. So getting the better melee action is worth it. Reese says, good. Was wondering if you're going to fire this off today, so I got a few missions in myself, alt-tabbing a bunch to see if you were live. Yeah, so we started a little bit later today. We just had a huge get-together with a bunch of friends that ran a little bit late, and Mini Toast was... doing pretty darn good, but, you know, at the end of the day, got a little bit tuckered out, so had to go deal with that and do some Papa Toast stuff around the house. But we're here for the next few hours at least, and we're going to see how this goes. So we're going to reach down and grab that deploy button. Let's see how this shakes on out. I'm going to reach down to the grab bag of voicedom. Some people over on the YouTube side call me the Viceroy of Voices, and we'll see what we grab for the narration today. Oh, man. In the meantime, we're going to take a swig of some delicious Pepsi Zero Sugar Mango, mostly because it is loaded full with, let's see, how much is the caffeination in here? It's a lot. I mean, relatively speaking, it's 69 milligrams per can. I know Monster Energy has a lot more than that, but for a single 12-ounce can, that's not too shabby. Good stuff, good stuff. So what do we have today other than a beautiful vista as the moon slowly raises to the roof? We get that amazing kind of twilight blue on the horizon up there. We have Destroy the Invading Lance over here. The mission is 381,000 C-bills. Pick 0, get 3. It's a 1 skull mission. It could flex to 2, and then it could flex another half skull because we are dealing with pirates. And it states, we have detected an inbound dropship belonging to the pirates. Our local defense forces in the expected drop area are ill-equipped to handle a lance of mechs. But with your aid, we can ensure that the raid does minimal damage. We'd like you to intercept the pirate lance and destroy it. Commander, the pirates wouldn't send a dropship if they didn't mean business. So if we take this job, we should stay alert down there. Well, Darius, with your intel, we always have to stay alert because we never know what's happening till it actually happens. So here we go, hitting begin mission. We'll see what happens. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. We'll see what happens here. This could go horribly, horribly bad. One thing at a time, and we'll see how that goes. So, oh man, everyone's saying it's lagging. Oh no. It looks like it's going good. I'm not necessarily seeing anything bad. Oh boy. Let's see. Everything looks to be okay right now. I don't know if that's an issue on the Twitch side or not. Every time we've tried to stream, we're either doing relatively good or every now and then we run across some really not fantastic things with our stream quality. That's on our ISP side. Hopefully it has rectified itself. Hopefully it has gone a lot better. So, getting better now. Okay. Well, we'll keep an eye on it. If something ends up coming up and happening, there's a few levers I can pull on my end. It would require restarting the stream, but we'll deal with that as we do. So, with that being said, let's get stuck back in. Robotoast. Oh, man. So, fingers crossed. Froze momentarily. Everybody's good now. Everything's getting better. Oh, man. Oh, let's see. What is happening with the stream? It seems like it's going good. It seems like it's potentially, I don't know. We'll try to go for a little bit better. We'll see how this goes through here. And if it keeps being an issue in chat, let me know. And we'll do what we can to make it work. So far, we're not dropping any frames. It looks like it's potentially a connection issue with our ISP, which would be fantastic because that's not much we can deal with. So one step at a time. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. The enemy dropship landed somewhere in this area, Commander. Acquire their location and engage them. Let's put a stop to their raid. All right, well, ladies and gents, here we go. Let's see how this is going to shake out one step at a time. The big question we have is, how do we want to handle this? How do we want to make this work? Let's see, one step at a time. So what we're dealing with right now is we're going to first check to make sure we're in a corner. We are. If we do see reinforcements come in, they're not likely going to be on our left or right-hand side. Now, if you know the mission's a lot better, it's going to be something that you really don't have to worry about too much, which is handy. But at the same time, it's something to always be cognizant of. If you're in a corner, you're less likely to run into issues. So with that, we're going to move forward, basically straight forward towards the enemy lanes, wherever they are up there. And as we get up this way, we're going to reevaluate as we get closer, one step at a time. Now, the question is always going to be, what are the enemy lance going to do? What is the enemy lance made out of? And is it something that we have to be particularly worried about? Fingers crossed it isn't. And we'll kind of work our way through that here. Looks like it's going to be a full enemy lance up this way. And it is pirates. And the question is, of all the questions, can we make this work? I'm hoping we can. I'm hoping we really, really can. And so we're going to be sending our Jenner a little bit up here. Oh, can we get full movement and keep our evasion pips? We mostly can. Ugh, I don't want to get focused down too much with the Jenner. We're going to hold off on the Jenner. Maybe we can get someone a little bit closer with the Wolverine. Not really, but we can sensor lock. We have our evasion pips, so what I think we're going to do here is we are going to hit reserve, and we're going to let them get a little bit closer. We still have our evasion pip set up, and we're going to get a bit more visibility, and we're going to see what we're going to deal with. Craig says, reinforcements often drop to our right. Thank you very much, Craig. That is going to be good to know. With that, we definitely have to keep an eye on that, because this could be a problem that we have to deal with one way or the other. Yeah, that could be a bad spot to defend from, but we're gonna keep doing our best. We're gonna keep reserving on down, let these mechs get a little bit closer to us, and then we're gonna dogpile them, hopefully. That being said, they are playing the reserve game, and so it is important to note that if we do get to this final reserve section here in the initiative order, and it's a we go, they go, we're fine. If it ends up being that if they end up going all the time, then they're gonna have initiative modifying mechs up there. And so with that, we're gonna send the Jenner a little bit closer. And we're going to see how this is going to shake out. It might not be so great. We're going to come up here. We have everything in our frontal arc. We still don't have eyes on these guys. Or gals. We don't know. And we're going to focus in on this Stinger. 58% chance to hit. Not too shabby. We hit with 3 out of the 4 medium lasers. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. We have a Wasp 1A up there. So far, this is a pretty light pirate lance. Nothing that's we're really too worried about. They are fully armored, however. So this is so far tracking to be a 1-skull mission, which isn't the end of the world. It looks like they do not have an initiative modifier mech, and so that's going to work in our favor. We're going to get Krieg moving up here with the Wolverine, and hopefully sending a whole bunch of SRMs rocketing and rolling up here towards this Stinger. There we go. We're trying to get our ammo count down below 100. That way, when, not if, we get a critted, it's not going to be so horrible. So, we'll see. We'll see. Right now, oh, Harry's on fire. Not so fantastic at the moment, but right now, not really seeing anything that we can't deal with. A Stinger, a Wasp, and a Firestarter. The Firestarter is probably going to be the most frustrating mech to deal with so far that we've seen, simply because it's, well, we're going to be running a little bit hot, and it's going to be getting in there and doing a lot of damage in melee. We're going to keep focusing down the Stinger. We got rid of all the evasion pips, and we did a stray shot with the PPC on the Firestarter. That's unexpected, but that's pretty darn good. And there's a Wasp 1K up there. So Stinger, 2 Wasps, and a Firestarter. Now, we are aware that we're likely going to see reinforcements. Krieg has reminded us as well that they're going to drop likely on the top right. And as a result of that, we need to churn through these mechs as quickly and as fast as possible. Because if we don't do that, it's going to be a problem. It's going to be a pretty major issue that we're going to have to work through, and they're going to get our back shots, and it's not going to be great. So we're going to have Sarvik come up here. We can't get as close as we would like, but we can get up here and get a little bit of a better line of fire. There we go, a straight line of fire going in. Remember, we've got the PPC and the LRM-10. We're going to focus on this, and other targets with the medium laser aren't super ideal. So we're going to focus everything we can on the Stinger, and hopefully it's going to be enough. There goes a torso, and boom, left torso, left arm destroyed. Stinger is unsteady, but unfortunately, the enemy lance is still full up. Now, the Stinger is choosing not to move. Not really sure what's going on. Maybe the pilot's in shock. It's something that we do have to keep an eye on. And so we're going to focus as much as we can, try to take this down. We got to get this Jenner out of here. We got to get this Jenner on the move as fast as we can. I don't know if we can get 4 evasion pips and still get some shots in. We're going to try. We're going to try. Not looking like it's going to work that well. We can jump jet a little bit and get a larger number of evasion pips. So we're going to do that. We're going to jump a little bit closer. And you can see those little orange chevrons around that mech up there. We're going to be doing this. We're going to be rocking and rolling up here and continuing to pummel the Stinger. Hopefully we can get it to go away. 76% is not too shabby. And with jump jets, we can still alpha. So that's pretty darn good. There we go into the internals, and boom! Right arm, right torso destroyed. Only the CT is left. They are stressed, panicked. Panic level is critical, but they're still hanging on. They're still in one piece. Chances are they're aware that they have reinforcements heading our way. And that's something that's going to be a bit of a bummer because we need to chew through these mechs a lot quicker than we are right now. Otherwise, bad things are going to happen. So point blank range with the Wolverine. It's going to be a bit of overkill considering there's only 14 internal structure left, but we're going to send it. Here we go with Krieg 0077 getting the CT destroyed. Somebody got toasted. Oh, baby. That's what we're talking about right there. Now, the Firestarter is going to come up and tango toe-to-toe with the Wolverine a little bit. Not really focusing on getting evasion pips. That's going to cost him, especially with our 2 Vindicators floating around. Not going to worry too much about this Wasp at the moment, or the other one up there, so we'll see. We'll see how this goes. So here we go. We're going to get Sarvik a little bit closer. Not too close. Just enough up here to get those LRMs rolling on out. And just really try to get in here and take advantage of the situation. So there we go. No salvage there. Absolutely, Rhesus. That's not much left of that mech. We do have pick 0, get 3, so we're not really focusing on the salvage. We're taking this mission purely for the C-bills. And if we can get out of this without really having a large amount of impact on us, that's going to be something that's going to be very, very nice. So here we go. We're going to get the Vindicator Zap variant rocking and rolling up here. And a really good chance to hit on the PPC and medium lasers. So we're going to take it. And we could be using our Precision Strike, but I really want to get this Resolve built up closer to 50% because we are expecting that there might be reinforcements on the way. And if that's the case, it's not going to be as easy to deal with because we just can't easily kill these fast little mechs. And if we really have to change focus towards heavier things coming in, likely from our top right up here, these mechs are going to get into our backfield, and that's going to be a huge problem. A huge, huge problem. So let's see. We have the Firestarter up here. We're going to go and punch it. Well, no. We're gonna wander back over here, just back a little bit, get nice and close for our small lasers to work. There we go. Not enough to get any evasion, but we are going to continue to sandblast this Firestarter away. That's the goal. That's the goal. Krieg says, who salvages a Stinger anyways? I mean, if we can salvage one and build one up, that's 200,000 to 300,000 C-bills. That's a nice way to go. Oh, Krieg. Oh, no. Oh, boy. Well, Krieg's on fire. Oh, man. Well, there goes almost all the good stuff. I guess it's down to punching. Oh, that was painful. That was painful. That's why we try to get as much ammunition spent or as early as we can, but apparently it was not enough, and that detonated hard. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Yep, that was painful. That was painful. We're going to send the Zap Vindicator in a little bit closer. And we're going to see how that goes. Yep. Hang in there, Craig. It's going to be a wild ride. A little bit of an overheat warning. We're going to turn off one of the medium lasers. And here we go. PPC impacts, other things going in. Fire starters are tough little mechs. They absolutely are. And that Wasp is getting in here and continuing to try to harass our other mechs, or Jenner up there. But that's all right. That's all right. Risa says, currently I'm LOL, started a new career about 20 to 25 missions in, and finally got my first good medium at Griffin. Oh boy, Risa. I mean, we got our first medium at like, oh gosh, 50 hours in? Our first medium that we actually built, I should say. So I hear you. I hear you. Serve Colt says, situation normal, I see. Yep. Mechs getting blown up due to horrible tactical decisions and pilots trying to struggle for dear life. Yep. Absolutely. Ready for orders. Oh boy. Gosh, we're relatively hot too. That's the downside. We're going to move up here a little bit, angle around with a Jenner, lose a little bit of heat, and can we target the fire starter? We can. We can't fire with most of the items, though. We can only fire with 2. That's okay. And here we go. Bazap. An impact, and one went internal. Not too shabby. Must be missing those nurses. It's true. It's probably happening. Sarvik, let's see. We're going to back up over here just a little bit. We're going to continue to go after this fire starter. Lob everything we can in there. There we go. Impacting with the PPC. This is kind of how our last mission started. We were just wrecking stuff with the PPC. Things were going good. And then very rapidly, our mechs blew up. Things fell off. And it did not go well at that point. It was not fantastic. What probably happened is we had a mech get into the side and rear armor of our Wolverine. And we don't really have that much rear armor. Only 30, 55, while on the front we've got a little bit more. And, of course, the torso over there is just gone. That's not very helpful. So, Craig, let's see. The fire starter's down here. Let's go punch some stuff. Can we give our left side? Ooh, our left side's the one that went bad. So we're going to do this. We're going to give our right side. And we're going to go punch a fire starter. Here we go, Craig. Go get him. Get that small laser going. Boom! Right arm, right torso destroyed. That is going to be a pilot injury for sure. Here comes the small laser. Bazap into the other side. Not too bad. Oh, and it's a knockdown as well from the impact. And there is another injury for that pilot. Knocking him back an initiative step, which is handy. The Wasp is down here trying to harass our Wolverine, trying to go for that left side, which is already open. They're trying to punish this mech and this pilot. But Craig is a tough old cookie getting the job done. Let's see. What can we do? We got the Jenner up here. Go screaming on in. We're going to come out here, out into the open, I think. Get nice and close. Ooh, we want to go for that fire starter, though. That's what we want. And we're going to run on up here. We're going to come on over here and go for this torso. We can get 3 of the lasers back online. Here we go. Bazap. Oh, we only hit with 1. Oh, Harry. We needed all 3 of those to hit. Oh, and the Wasp is in our backfield. Thankfully missing. But that effectively means that our Vindicators are now on defensive duty. And that is not really where you want to be, all things considered, at the end of the day. So we're going to step back over here to this side. We're going to kind of just continue to wander back a little bit. And we're outside of our ideal targeting zones. We are overheating. We're going to turn off the PPC. It's really not going to be that accurate at the moment. And let's see, which is less armored, 10 and 27. Let's go for the torso. We need to remove 2 legs anyway. We're going to try to make this work. So here we go. Firing off a lot of internal hits. And there it is. CT destroyed. Steel Warrior Studios getting the kill. Finally trying to redeem a mostly alive Craig 0077 over there. Oh boy. Served Colt says, all the scar tissue will protect you, Craig. There you go. Risa says, dumb me kept bouncing back and forth across the main house border before I realized with the house-specific mechs, I needed to commit. I mean, that's one way to go. That's something that is, it is a thing that has to happen. So, Served Colt asks, am I still alive? You are still alive, Served. I believe you're in the med bay, but you are still alive, so there is that. We're going to kind of step back here just a little bit, And we're probably going to end up having to choose 5, 28, and 5, or a little bit better chance. So we're going to go for the Wasp over here. It's not fantastic, but we are going to make it work. 50% of the lance is destroyed, so we're really just trying to mop up a Wasp, and I think it's 2 Wasps, if I recall correctly. Yeah, Wasp 1K and a Wasp 1A. Oh, boy. So we're getting in here. We're getting pounded pretty hard. Last mission, it was both of our Vindicators getting blown to bits and pulled back together, and now it's our Wolverine. That is going to be a messy, messy, messy. It's just a mess. Ugh. Restructuring. We're going to send Krieg to go in there and melee again, and boom, there it is. Structure exposed, right leg destroyed, and that small laser plus rolling on in. Bazap, there it goes, and a knockdown. That is going to be a bad, bad day. Oh, boy. But of course, Served Cold says, you got it. The other Wasp up there just standing close and shooting. That's not a good choice, but so far they've almost killed one of our mechs, so just something that we got to be aware of. We're going to zoom over here with the Jenner, pivot on up so we can get some nice close action, get some shots going down in here. Just a little bit too hot, so we're going to go down there and press that medium button, and we're going to try to go through the CT. Why not? We'll see what happens. We are here at 85%, so we will be able to use some precision strikes. Oh, right torso, right arm destroyed. Nice, nice done by Harry. For both of our Vindicators, we're going to be getting those precision strikes rocking and rolling, and that's going to be pretty darn awesome. This one's going to back up a little bit further, I think. Can we jump further? We can. Ooh. We're going to do that. We're going to jump back a little bit further, and we're going to precision strike on this Wasp right through the rear CT with everything we have. Why not? Here we go. Oh, man, and boom, we hit, ripping open the leg. That is going to be painful. Down that mech goes. Unsettled for sure. PPC blast is ripping off chunks and appendages. That is going to hurt. Now, we are 55%, and I think we are likely going to move up here and take one last shot. Possibly. I think we can make this work. We're going to do this, and we're going to save this resolve here for the next mech up there. And there it is, CT destroyed. Steel Warrior Studios getting the second kill. Oh, baby. And lastly, there was a single Wasp, which by all rights probably should be running by now, but they are not. They're doing their thing. We've got our Jenner. We're going to run up here to nearly point-blank range. We're going to get in there and launch probably with 3 medium lasers, or 4 medium. Nope, just the 3 medium lasers. So there we go, straight for the CT. Here we go, bazap, bazap, bazap. 2 structure, or 1 went internal, 2 went right through the armor, and that pilot is stressed, which is pretty handy. Now, Krieg, we're going to get up here, and we're going to try to zap away with that small laser plus, trying to make this count. Go for that CT. It's possible-ish. Maybe. They've got like 25. We can only do 20 damage. And we impact somewhere else. It's all right. Not a big deal. The enemy's turn. They're going to stand up. If they were smart, they would eject. They would try to retreat. They would try to bail. But I think they're probably thinking that reinforcements are still on the way. Though I think at this point we'll be able to get out of here before that happens. They're going in there for a revenge punch. Oh, baby. Pew, 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 pew. That's right, Seawolf. Oh, that is a bad choice for that Wasp. That is a very, very bad choice. So the Vindicator's going to get as close as they possibly can. It's probably... Oh, that one's pretty hot. So we're going to send Sarvik over here. And we're going to send another precision strike right through the backside of this mech. Here we go. Boom! PPC impacts and... Oh, more pieces ripped off. And they're bailing. The one pilot to make it out alive was the last one to throw in the towel. Oh, baby. So with that, Darius says we're doing good job. I don't know if we really, truly were. It seems a bit of an adventure for sure, which is not handy. Oh, not that great. So I'm going to try something, ladies and gents. I'm seeing that we're starting to skip a little bit of frames. And so I want to make sure that we're good to go with that. And so we're going to try something here. We're going to see how that goes and see if we can make this a little bit better. So if you keep seeing some issues in chat, let me know. I've turned off my local recording. I'll pull the stuff down from Twitch later, and we'll try to see if that is better. I think Streamlabs in the update probably switched some settings around on me, and I missed them. But at the end of the day, we got 312,000 C-bills payout here. That's pretty handy. That's pretty darn cool. Most of that's going to be spent to putting Krieg back together as well as the Wolverine. Oh, we lost a bunch of SRMs, so that's a huge bummer. That's a huge bummer. We got all mech pieces, though, so that's pretty darn cool. That's nice. That's always a good way to go. I'm a huge, huge fan of that. We can always eventually end up selling those either singly, scrapping them out, or as assembled mechs, which is pretty darn awesome. Nice. Fantastic. We're going to let this load back in, and we're going to see what we can do without a Wolverine. So, Cervical says, stream looks fine for me, Toast. Good to know. Good to know. Yeah, let me take a quick gander while we're sitting here. I think I know what happened as well. So, Yeah, I'm pretty sure I know what happened. Crap. Anyway, so it looks like Streamlabs ended up changing a few things around for me, and so the way that we're recording and encoding is causing an issue. So it is what it is. So we've got that squared away. I'll just pull down the stuff from Twitch later. It'll be all right. Looks like it's solving our problems for now. So we'll rock and roll with that, and it should be okay. Risa says, can you or anyone here explain the mech part number percentage means in this mod? Absolutely. Absolutely. So we'll go take a look at this here, and we'll go see what we have here in storage. Well, we might need to do that during salvage if we can, actually. And so as a result of that, the thin and the skinny of it, or the thick and the beefy of it, however you want to talk about it, is the first set of numbers, I believe, is referencing to how many parts you have out of the total needed to build that specific model, or how many parts of all variants of compatible variants of that model. So like Generers have different variants. Out of 8 pieces, do you need to build another variant? What that means is if you've got 8 pieces, for example, of a Gener 7D, you can build as Gener 7D. Or if you have 7 pieces of a Gener 7D and 1 piece of another variant that is compatible, it'll show you as only having 7 out of 8 for that specific mech. But if you have compatible mech pieces and you've got 8 pieces, because we're making 8 pieces to build a mech, what that means is it says, hey, you've already got the upgrade unlocked, or you're playing on simulation difficulty where you get it already, where you can combine different mechs together to make a new mech. So if I've got 1 piece of a 7D and everything, a bunch of pieces of other stuff, I can then create a mech that's unique for that 7D mech. So that's kind of the long and skinny, but I'll try to remember when we go through salvage a bit more to talk about that. But that's largely how that works. If you do have any more questions and you want to dive into a bit more details on that, you can always go over to the Battletech Extended 3025 Nexus Mods page, and they also have a link on that page to their Discord where you can have an even more in-depth conversation about that. But if for those of you that are watching over on YouTube, all you have to do is go to nexusmods.com and type in 3025, and it'll be the first one that pops up, which is pretty handy. It's pretty darn awesome. So, we have a Wolverine to refit, not so much repair. I don't think we have any SRMs. We've got 1 SRM6 and a bunch of SRM4s. Not fantastic. Not fantastic at all. So a bunch of SRMs and a bunch of SRM4s. Well, let's go put the SRM4s in. And let's go see if we can buy an SRM6. We might find one. There might be some here. I'm not necessarily holding my breath. We have an Artemis SRM4, which is what we had before, so that's pretty nice. That's pretty handy. That's going to cost a bit more C-bills than I really want to reserve to this, though, so it is what it is. We're going to go and put 2 SRM ammo in here. And yes, I know if you want to keep mechs a lot safer from blowing up, you're going to want to put that ammo into their legs, but lore-wise, originally for the tabletop, you want it to be, you can't put stuff in the legs, as well as I always kind of envision it being closer to the weapon system, rather than trying to feed through knees and legs and hips and torsos and over. So that's kind of the main reason why we're going down that road. So other than that, there's not really a lot of purpose to it at the moment. The big question now is, what do we want to do? We're already maxed out on jump jets, and we don't really have a lot of extra tonnage to do a lot of extra stuff with. We could always pull out this small laser right here and go and put an actual larger laser in, a medium laser up here into the head. That saves us some tonnage, but ultimately not a lot more than that. Ugh. We really, really should probably buy that SRM4 Artemis stuff back in here. And eventually, as we can find more, as we can go through and find a bit more SRM6s, we'll throw those back into. So we're going to purchase this back up. And we're going to go over here and probably pull out one of these SRM4s and go over here into our own category of territory location and find that. So there we go. We're a little bit better. We're a little bit better off. But at the end of the day, I don't know. We'll see. Crick says the first number is how many you have of that variant. Second is the total parts you have that are combinable for that variant. Third is how parts are needed to assemble a mech. Fourth is how many assembled mechs of that variant are in your inventory. Risa says, Streamlines. Yep, I know. I looked there, but didn't really see anything that explained it. Absolutely. Yep. No, that's kind of the place to go. And don't be afraid to ask questions while you're over there, Risa, as well. A lot of times early on when I was getting to grips and to come to terms with the mod, I would ask questions constantly. And you'll usually over on the Discord page find someone, an individual somewhere that's able to answer your question. And usually you'll get more information back than you requested, which is pretty darn awesome. It's a pretty good community. All in all, I'm pretty darn happy with it for sure. So we got a medium laser up here, SRM6, SRM4, Artemis SRM4, a whole just mess of stuff here. That's all right. It's all part of the fun. Let's see. Can we do enough into the legs to make it work? We can. So we're just going to max out our legs. That'll eat up the last of our tonnage, and we'll be okay. We'll be good to go. This is as armored as we can possibly get into the work for now, and we'll get that squared away. The question is, what did we miss? I think we're okay. 7 days? Yeah, we should be fine. Should be fine. So, do we want to go hunting an assassination mission with 2 Vindicators, a Jenner, and some other stuff? Maybe. We're already low on pilots as it is, so I think, honestly, we probably need to travel, which is a bummer because it's going to cost us money, but we're going to see what we can do. We're going to see what's available out here. We already know what's available for 1.5 skull, and there's not a lot that's useful. We're going to search for 1 skull and see what that is, see what's available out there, if there's something a bit more nearby. We're also going to come in and press Function 1 or F1 or Foxtrot 1 on your keyboard, and which is a cool little filter that changes the sorting values, and it hides everywhere you've been, which is awesome. So you're always looking for new stuff, which is pretty darn cool. Serve Cold asks, so how close are we to getting another medium? Oh, boy. That's going to be a tough question, Served. I don't know. We got to stop blowing up the ones we have, honestly, right now. That would really, really go a lot further to making sure that we can get what we need. So coming over here to storage. Looking at our mediums. One more part of a Griffin 1N, and we can build that. We're a little bit further away for things like another Wolverine, Centurion variants, Hunchbacks. Trebuchet, we're pretty close. Blackjack, we need 2 more pieces, as well as 2 more pieces for another Vulcan, which isn't fantastic. So we're getting there. We're getting there. Cervical says, yes. We're getting close to another medium. I really want to get my hands on some heavies, and we have some parts. We got 2 pieces of a Warhammer and another kind of Warhammer, but I don't want to face those with the mechs that we have because I don't think it's going to be very, very viable, which is going to be painful. We were close to another Panther, as well as Urban Mechs and Valkyries and things like that. So in terms of the light side, we've got a lot of stuff that's getting close that we can be able to build and sell, which will be beneficial, but we're not quite there just yet. Yeah, so it looks like the recording stuff on my end seems to have solved the issues. I'll have to mess around with that to try to get that squared away and just really see what's breaking, where, why, and how. Definitely the update has caused some problems for sure. So what do we want to do? How do we want to do this? Insurgent Leader. We really don't have our Wolverine, which is not fantastic. So the question is, do we want to do Insurgent Leader or another one? I don't really think we've got any other good options, honestly. He does his own stunts. Is probably one that's going to be fairly painful to do with the mechs that we have. But, it's the Delirium Commonwealth against Karita. We'll be dealing with a lot of PPCs, which is painful. And this over here looks like we're possibly going up against Pirates. I don't know. So I think we're going to try this. Travel time. Travel time, everybody says. That's right. That's right. That's what we're talking about. Oh, man. It's so hard. I'm sitting here trying to wrap my head around like what's going on, and I'm just so excited to be playing BattleTech that I keep on forgetting. So we are looking up here for one skull. That's what we were doing. I think there were a few that were nearby. And yes, this is clan space. We are not anywhere close to being ready to face the clans. And Tuki, it still stands. That's pretty darn cool. So what do we have nearby around us? You can go down here and let's see. There's 3 factions available. That's pretty good. Pirate presence, primitive. That's not necessarily good. It's a travel hub. It's a token population. What do we have down here? Desert World, former Star League presence. Ooh. See down here, we have the Arcab Legion. We fought them before, and they blew up both of our Vindicators last time. So, yeah, they definitely are a cool faction. There's a lot of stuff down there, and moons, which is awesome. Arcab, oh gosh, we could actually go to Arcab. That's definitely something we can handle. Up here is, of course, these 2 factions fighting each other. Former Star League presence, Mega City, moons. That could be a good place to go. We know who we're fighting, which is pretty awesome. Risa says, revenge time. I think you're probably right. We're just going to check over here at Sakai real quick. Inner sphere level civilization, not too shabby either. So we got some options, but we are trying to get closer to this action, and all things considered, we are. And there's something way down here. I'm trying to see what this is. House divided, so that is a flashpoint that we could do if we traveled that way. We'd probably get bankrupt before we actually do that. So zooming in here, trying to, figure out what we're going to do. I think we're going to go down to Arcab. We're going to try to fight them on our own turf and probably lose there as well. We'll see how that goes. Serve Colt says, Darius has his own planet. I see where his embezzled funds have gone. That's right. Darius knows what he's doing. Some of the time. It's just usually not when it comes to battle. So, what do we have here? The Arcab system was settled at some point prior to the end of the reunification war by a large Muslim population. The vast deserts of the Arcab are mineral rich, and the planet is home to Cairo Enterprises, the manufacturer of the Sand Devil hover tank. That's actually a cool hover tank. I've actually seen that on Wikipedia. That's really, really cool. I don't know if it's effective, but it looks pretty cool. So we're going to travel. We're going to go all the way over here. It's going to be 30,000 C-bills. Give ourselves 10 days. That should get a larger number of pilots ready to go. And if we're lucky, we might actually be able to start work on an additional habitation policy or habitation ring, which is going to be handy. So Darius reminds me of Littlefinger from Game. I don't know, Rhesus. I think Littlefinger is a lot more devious and throat cutting. And despite, Darius getting us into trouble, he isn't really much of a jerk. So I kind of have to disagree with your assessment there, so to speak. So we are going to be getting about 2 days in here and getting this Argo upgrade finished up, which is going to help get some X back faster. But really, we need more pilots, and in order to get more pilots, we need to get more berthing space. They're not willing to sleep on board the Leopard. Which actually, why aren't they willing to sleep on board the Leopard? We have berths on the Leopard. They can go hang out there. That's a good question. Maybe that'll be an upgrade that we can petition to have Harry exist on over there. Work on that. That'd be pretty cool. But needless to say, we're going to go over here. Our financial report is a day away. Oh, painful. Things are getting a little bit tight. And 350,000. Oh, boy. We have to do it. We are low on pilots right now, and we're not going to kick anybody off the boat. We are a privateer outfit, narratively speaking, working, for the Outworlds Alliance and business interests that are over there. And we're going to have to sell some light mechs, I think. We have a few that we can sell that'll cover a little bit of cost. Maybe. We'll see how that goes. We're going to spend one more day over here to the financial report. And all of our work orders are complete as good. Oh, current funds, not fantastic. It's not worth going into restrictive either. It's because it only saves a little bit of time, and it's not going to be enough to really make some significant changes. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We're traveling to Arcab. We're almost there. We're going to get a little bit of money, hopefully, on some good missions here. Beautiful planet, though. Beautiful planet. We've arrived at Arcab. Well, let's hit that continue button. Let's see what we got going on. Hopefully, we got some good stuff heading our way. Contracts before we look at anything else. What do we have available? We have some half skulls here, so we can get some money, it looks like, with some of our lighter mechs, which is good. And the most difficult one here is a 2 skull. 2 skulls. So I think we can slowly rebuild some of our stuff right now. Before we sell any mechs, I think what we're really desperately going to be looking for is, of course, going to be some good missions. So we've got a half skull and a 1 skull down here. Cease and desist is going to be destroy base. Those can be a little bit dangerous. Coming down here is forward observers. This one's going to pay relatively well. And it's a straight up battle. Yeah, we owe money. We absolutely owe money, Rhesus, for sure. So working for the Draconis Combine. Let's see. It looks like it's going to be against pirates. This could be an expensive mission again. I'm really hoping it's not. But we're going to probably try this out. We're going to take the cash, pick 0, get 3. Oh, okay. Yeah, we're looking for that last part of the Griffin, honestly. So we don't want to take missions against the Draconis Combine. I haven't seen them use Griffins too much. But it's Martian. It's fine. It could be worse. It could be a moon, a lunar biome. The big question is, can we make this work? Can we get through this without too much pain? We're going to hit that accept button, and we're going to see how this goes. We've got our whole crew back together. The Wolverine is slightly diminished. Went from an SRM6 to an SRM4. We've rebuilt it and upgraded from a small laser to a medium laser, which will help a little bit. At the end of the day, though, it's not great. It's not great. So Tug's used to hanging out in that fire starter. Oh, Jenner, Steel Warrior. Oh man, do we leave time back on the clock? That's the question. Do we leave time back on the clock to get another pilot back in here? No, we don't really have too much of a choice here. Krieg is out for 22 days. Oh man, I guess getting blown up in your mechs is a painful situation. It's a painful proposition. So we'll go back to that contract. We'll kind of dive back on through that, and we'll see if we can't get this going the way that we need to go. Everyone else is pretty much injured. This is what we're down to. Everyone else is in the med bay. It's kind of packed in there. We got 5 mech warriors in the med bay. Holy cow! Probably all playing D&D in there. If I have to be honest. So we've got Sarvik in the Vindicator, Steel Warrior in the Vindicator, Harry over here in the Jenner, and lastly we've got Tug, which I really don't want to put Tug in the Wolverine because Tug is getting real close on getting that fire starter built up. Fire starter is probably going to be the best mech for him, but I also don't want to. Somebody here is going to have to do extra duty. So Harry is spending a lot of time in the Jenner, and Steel Warrior. Oh man, do we drop one of our Vindicators? Oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. I think Steel Warrior is going to be. Yeah, Steel Warrior is going to be piloting the Wolverine. Was what it's going to be. We're going to drop one of our Vindicators. We're going to bring in the fire starter. I'm trying to build up to our Lance's strengths as well. So the question is, which Vindicator do we want to bring? Starvik's really good at shooting, not a lot of good at melee. And we got the PPC medium laser and LRM-10. I think this is going to be the range that we go with this, rather than the medium laser version. I think that's what we want to do. That way we can get some LRM action going on. So we've got a Vindicator, a Wolverine, an undergunned Wolverine, a Jenner, and a fire starter. What could possibly go wrong? Well, we'll hit the deploy button. Let's see how this goes. Ladies and gentlemen, it's probably going to go sideways. Here we go. I'm going to reach down to the grab bag of voices. Some people over on YouTube, as they say before, have called me the Viceroy of voices. And we're going to see what voice we get for the narration as I take yet another swig of Zero Sugar Mango Pepsi. Not sponsored, but Pepsi, if you're out there, let me know. Oh, man. Good stuff. Good stuff. Oh, and a beautiful scenery, too. They got a moon around this planet. It looks really good. Oh, man, you can see way up here, you got those clouds kind of billowing up and doing their thing, which is pretty darn awesome, all things considered. I'm a huge fan. So our mission is going to be destroy the enemy scout lance, battle 355,000 sea bills, pick 0, get 3, 1 skull. It could flex to 2.5 skull because pirates. And what we have down here for our narration. Well, our scouts have observed pirate military units covertly surveying military and industrial targets. This increased activity from the pirates near several priority facilities suggests a strike is coming soon. We're tasking you with intercepting the scout lance that's identifying targets and eliminating it before it can report back. We don't have any intelligence about other possible enemy forces on the ground, Commander, so keep your eyes open. Well, Darius, it sounds like business as usual as far as I can tell. See who else says take the coolest? Well, it's a little late for that. We probably did. Sideways is better than falling. That's true. What's the worst that can happen? Spinius Thor, welcome to the chat, man. Welcome back. Hopefully your weekend's going well. See who else says, especially if you're in a crab. That's true. That's no moon. It's a space station. oh, I don't want to face a squad of heavy tanks. That's horrible salvage and really, really great risk. Oh my gosh, look at this. Talk about blind out conditions. Holy wash. Isa, that's a lot. We've got solid intel that the enemy lance is in this region. Sweep the area, find them, and clear them out.
The mercenary life.
Yeah, well, holy crap, chat. Look at this. Look at this. Oh, what a mess of pea soup. We're right in a giant sandstorm like you saw in the movie The Martian. Holy crap. Wow. Oh, boy. Holy wow. Our target's over there somewhere. Ick. Oh, man. See little stars peeking through. I gotta say, this game is beautiful in some of the way that it portrays environments, which is just fantastic. This looks very Martian to me. Yeah. Water. Somewhere in here. These are those Chronicles of Riddick style rocks, that are swept by ill events and whatnot. So what are we dealing with here? We are kind of in a corner. We're not likely to see reinforcements on our left or right flank. Our target is way over here up in this region. So it is something we got to keep an eye on. We definitely got to keep our toes about ourselves, under ourselves, around ourselves. Something like that. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. And honestly, we just got to take a step in the right direction. So what are we going to do? What is the plan? Well, kind of want to stick with the high ground. So I'm thinking we're going to go up here to the front of our mech adventure here. And kind of work up here to the right-hand side and really see how that goes. And, we'll try it out. We'll try it out. So it's a Rakkus from Dune. Watch out for the giant worms. That's true. Spinny says the worst the Scout Lance is in communication with an artillery battery. Yeah, that'd be bad. And actually, chat, I think Windows is doing something in the background too, which is not helping my performance. It's just one of those days. Ugh, what are you going to do? So we're going to get moving up here as fast as we possibly can. We're not going to be worried too much about a lot of stuff in terms of, shindigs and adventures and loose rocky ground. We got to get in position first before we can really dive in and see what happens. And it's not going to be good. I'm fully expecting Corsairs or something just ridiculous. Just something not fantastic and good. Seawolf says, there is some ice to stand on if you need it. You'll almost certainly need it. It's way down here at the bottom of the hill, though. So I'm going to try to get up here to the top if I can and try to force them down. We will get a slight, very, very small accuracy bonus by fighting upwards, going downwards. So if we need to, it really depends on what we run into up here. If they're already spread out, we might swing down here. But to get down this way there's some cover here. There's not a lot of other good options for cover and stuff like that. So up here, you have some line of sight blocking options available and some cover up here with the vents. So you're kind of darned if you do, darned if you don't. It really depends on what gets thrown our way and if it's going to be a major problem. We still aren't seeing any mechs. There's a contact. There's at least one up there of an unknown mech type. We're going to swing up here to the top. See if we can't get up there. We are a little bit hot as a result. It's all right. And a tugboat with a fire starter as well. Scout Lance is all Atlases. It's possible. It's possible. I hope it's not what happens, but it is possible. It might even just be one mech up here. That is something that is entirely foreseeable.
What's up, boss?
So, oh boy. Actually, let's see. We could actually get in here and do a sensor lock We could just go up and blast it. We don't know what else is in here. That's part of the problem. We just don't know. Tug Bobo's good at doing this. We're going to get in here and poke the hornet's nest. Face first. Here we go. Tug Bobo and the fire starter. I think it was on this map last time in our previous Pro Pirate campaign that Tug bit the dust. So we have a Javelin 710, 2 SRM6s. That's going to be a little bit painful. But we are noticing that there are 2 additional touch points over here, one directly behind and one down here. If we're lucky, it's only a 3 vehicle or 3 mech lance, but we'll see. 2 solid medium laser hits, bada bing, bada boom. Their armor is low as well. Thankfully, that is helpful for our scenario. And Harry, we're going to send right into the teeth of this as well. Why not? We know the second pip back there. We have 3 mechs. We have a total of 3 mechs, and we're going to send all 4 medium lasers straight into the face of this Javelin. And no more internals, but we did get a crit on the SRM6, which is going to help us. And they are unsettled. Now, oh, there's the reinforcements. Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh. Yep. I think I'd rather take the artillery support. So what that means is we are officially... We can sweep north and try to fight, or we can sweep south. Ugh. Ick. This mission just got very, very, very painful very quickly. We're going to start moving down this way towards this ice. At this point, to see if we can fight up there. There's ice over here slightly beyond our ability. Or we could go face first into the enemy up here, but then we're going to get shots into our back, which is not good. It's not really that good. So we are kind of hosed. Ladies and gentlemen, our campaign is getting a little bit dangerous right now. A little bit more dangerous than expected. We're low on C-bills, and we're low on pilots. Serve Colt says to keep the high ground. It depends. It really depends. So they're able to get some shots in, most likely coming down here. We're going to zoom in real quick to see. And we're going to rotate the camera around. And so they can get up here and get some shots. As we keep this ridge in between us, we'll be good for at least 1, possibly 2 more turns. It depends on what they have. That being said, if they do have LRMs and stuff, they probably don't on this. Otherwise, they probably would have shot us already. If we try to push over this and push up, we're going to get shot in the back. And I don't know what these 2 mechs are. If they're little ones, like wasps and stuff, I'm not too worried about it. But otherwise, yeah. We're going to push up, and we're going to make a determination. Do we start rolling back down the hill as we retreat and fire? Or do we push in and smash? It really, really depends. I'm assuming that this is a 3 mech lance up here. We don't know that for sure. We absolutely do not know that for sure. And our Wolverine is in a bad spot. Can't really move. Ugh. So we're going to sprint the Wolverine. We're going to get eyes on to whatever's down here, down this hill. Maybe. Ooh, that would be maybe a bad idea. We'll see. We'll get some shots in. We'll see what they're going to do our way. We're going to get some eyes on to whatever this is down the hill. Hopefully it's not bad. It looks really small, so that's good. It's a Wasp 1A. Okay, we can work with this. We can smash in and smash this and fight our way up the hill. Serve Colt says focus on the primary lance as it looks like the reinforcements will have advantage of whirlwind cover. Yeah, absolutely. Javelin is trying to get real close. Thankfully, our evasion pips and that crit on the SRM has served us well. No pun intended. And it's a Jenner 7F, so it's not shooting at us at the moment. That is going to be a spicy meatball, and there is a... I don't know what that was. They tried to shoot us some sort of AC on a vehicle up there, maybe an AC-20 if we're really unlucky. I only saw one little blip go by, so that's not fantastic. Maybe it's an AC-10. Maybe it's not an AC-20. But with this, I don't see any other mechs out here. We're going to try to smash this and then fight our way up. This Jenner is going to be fairly dangerous. It's got 4 medium lasers. Those can definitely hurt. But first things first, Tug needs to get up here and smash and just rip this Javelin to pieces with the Daka machine guns. Get this ammo count down. Boom! Left arm, left torso destroyed. In comes the 6 machine guns. Daka. And yeah, everything but the CT is gone. Stress, panic level critical. And unsteady, that mech is still available. And it's moving over here to melee on the Wolverine. Structure exposed, not again. Oh, man. Not again. Oh. Oh, no. That's their bad side, too. That's full of ammo. Yeah, that's really, really bad. Well, we're going to send our own Jenner down here and angle as much as we can to keep the ridge line between us. We got to get this javelin taken care of. That was painful. We're going to spin precision strike too. We have to get this javelin to go away. So here we go. Boom, CT destroyed. Harry78 getting the kill. Somebody got toasted. Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, man. And, all right. So, I hate when you attack from the right and it blows off the left side. I mean, you're just compressing everything, but the far side really is where all the rebound goes. I know it doesn't make sense logically, but that's kind of how I think about it. Like, you punch one side, and the other side just kind of yo-yos on out. Whatever that sound effect is. Something like that. Yeah. You can see up here 33%, which is good. So we really only have a dangerous Jenner and a Wasp. We got to be careful that we don't ridgeline ourselves. That's a huge bummer. So we're going to try to keep this distant as much as possible. Armor is wrecked over there on that backside, which is bad. And we're just going to send it. We need to get all of this stuff out of our torso. We're running relatively cool on these mechs too, which is a bit unusual for us. And the reason being is we're running SRM4s instead of SRM6s. Because of simulation mode, we can't put a pile of armor on. So really, at this point, because we don't have a lot of extra equipment, it's going to mostly be heat sinks. So it is what it is. Again, we're going to try to keep as much of that ridgeline between us and those advancing mechs. Try to focus on this a little bit. It's 48%. That's 43. We're going to go down here for this Wasp. If we can get rid of this Wasp or slowly kind of get its attention so it comes up and says hi, that's going to be beneficial. There's two mechs in a vehicle up top, and one of these had line of sight before up this ridge. Oh, we're one, maybe two turns away from finding what these mechs are. That's potentially going to be bad. Thankfully, the Wasp is making it easier for us. We can actually focus a bit more and start to roll and use some of this terrain to hopefully break line of sight, because they're going to be able to overtop this ridge line here if we're not careful. Here comes the Jenner, though. Oh, gosh, all the medium lasers. Oh, boy. We had a miss, but still. Oof, 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 oof. And now it's back to our turn again. So there's that. There's definitely that. Tug Bobo. We can't punch. Really not the best chance to hit, but we can get up here, and we're going to give our back. We're going to do this. We're going to be a little bit brave. This is probably going to go horribly, but we need to get this Jenner wrecked up as much as possible. So, actually 61% chance hit there. And up there, what's the melee chance? 75% is pretty good. It's pretty darn good. We're going to go on this side, try to work through as much as we can from the side armor and get at least some of this weaponry off this Jenner. Whew, here we go, chat. Tug, buckle up. It's going to be a wild ride. Oh, man. Fingers crossed. Bada bing, bada boom. Go for that hit. We miss. Oh, no. Oh, boy. Holy wow, that was not good. This is much bueno, not good. Where are they going? Ooh, apparently they're afraid of the Tug Bobo. That works well for me. This is one last thing we have to worry about. We get our own mech rolling up here a little bit faster. Get some options available to get some shots in. 33, 38 up here is 53 and 33. We're going to do this. Get the Jenner up here a little bit more and get some more shots over this way. Overheating alert. We're going to turn off some of the medium lasers, and we're going to let it roll. Boom, there we go. We've had a few alpha strikes. We got a head hit as well. So we just need to slowly start stripping some of this stuff, or I should say faster. We need to get rid of this stuff a lot faster than we are right now. And, medium laser into the back armor. Oh, boy. Well, there goes another mech chunk. Oh. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not going well. This is not going well at all. Oh, man. Well, it's not to be unexpected, I should say. We've kind of been rolling through the horribleness that is this adventure so far. And, yeah, not great. Not great. We're going to keep trying to focus on this Jenner, try to get this stuff rolled away and wrecked a little bit there. It's just a beefy mech. There's a lot of stuff going on, and we're getting pinched hard. We're getting pinched really, really hard. I saw 2 shots go through there. That might have been an AC-5. I don't know if the AC-10 has 2 shots or not. And we've got our own Vindicator as well. And we're going to roll up this way and try to get some more shots if we can. Ooh. Is that what we want to do? Oh, I kind of want to keep our evasion pips going. But I also kind of want to make sure that we're doing as good a chance as we can to make this work. I mean, the LRM go up. It's a better opportunity, so we're going to step back here a little bit. And we're just going to pivot. Hopefully we don't get shot. And we're going to go for this Jenner. And there's a PPC, a solid impact. There we go. The CT's ripped wide open. Whew, but it's not over yet. It's not over yet. So the Tug Bobo's over and available here to do a lot more damage. We're going to get him to tuck back in on this side and rotate a little bit. Our left side is, unfortunately, the danger noodle spot. We could rotate over here and smash this Wasp. There's a good chance this goes in our favor. There's also a good chance that Tug bites it as a result of that, which is not fantastic. What do we have for the CT? The CT is almost gone on this mech. So we're going to move Tug up here. Our left side is gone. We're going to use Persistent Strike instead of Vigilance. We're going to be brave. We're going to think positively about this and go for the CT and hopefully end this Jenner. Here we go. Daka. And, I mean, left torso, left arm destroyed. That's good. And they're gone. They're bailing on out. Fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, Tug Bobo has given the patent-pending Tug Hug. There it is. Oh, man. And now Harry is back here in the Jenner. We don't want to stray too far. But we do want to move. I want to move a lot more than I can. That's the downside right now. That's really ultimately the downside. So we'll move a little bit closer, but not too much. We're going to do it. It's not enough for evasion pips, but we are still running pretty hot. 2 medium lasers. Here we go. And 1 internal. And there we go. Structure exposed. 1 missed. The big question is going to be, oh boy, they're coming in for the melee. Duck and weave, boys. Oh, it misses. Thank goodness. I think they've got a machine gun on board, possibly. No, they don't. That's it. Ooh, all right. Well, Steel Warrior with the Wolverine at point blank range. Here we go. Unloading everything that we can with all the SRMs. That's right. Pew, 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 pew. Oh, baby. So unsettled and a nice little massage across just about everything up there. And the Lance up here is just kind of retreating, I guess. Apparently we're a little bit scary for him. That's all right. I will definitely take that turn of events. It just means that things are going a bit more in our favor, and that's okay. We're going to move up here into point-blank range. LRMs are probably not going to be beneficial, but I still want to get some more shots out of them. 20% chance to hit is still not terrible at this range. So here we go. Boom! Left arm, left torso destroyed. LRM's rolling on in. A pilot injury for sure. And with this, our primary lance is almost down. Almost down. Not quite, but we're getting there. And Tug Bobo is now going to go and do the patent-pending Tug Hug. Here we go. Baby. 1, 2, 3. Boom! CT destroyed from the backside. Tug Bobo getting the job done. Oh, man. That is what I'm talking about. Oh, baby. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, the primary lance is destroyed. We have enemy reinforcements to deal with. They are moving in to do something. We're going to send a Harry on a near full move, and we're going to brace over here and just lose some heat. Well, we're going to sensor lock. We're going to sensor lock to see what we're dealing with up here. Maybe it's worth going over the top. It's a Locust 1V. That's not too scary. The big question then is what's next? What's next back there? Do we have anyone else that can sensor lock? We really don't. So we have the Wolverine. Oh, and they're in cover. Can we get shots on the Locust? We really can't. And so we could jump. That's going to generate a lot of heat, and we're already pretty hot. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to move over instead, and we're going to brace, lose some of that heat, and generally start ourselves up to try to get 1 or 2 good alphas if we can. The vehicle is just running away, abandoning their fellows up there. Well, that's all right. Again, our Vindicator's pretty hot as well. Kill the Locust! Run! Oh, man. We're going to step back down here, I think, with this Vindicator. And we're just going to lob some LRMs. 23% chance, that's all right. And let them know that we're here, that we do, in fact, see them. And we don't know what this other mech is. It's a little scary. Oh my goodness. I thought that that vehicle was running away, but really it was trying to set up a flank. Oh man. Therax C, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the adventure. Welcome to the Breadbox Privateers. I hope you're having a good day. If not, hopefully our shenanigans and horrible decisions are going to make your day a little bit better. I also want to give a delayed thank you to Culver Drums as well as Bida Limey for the follow 2 days ago. Thank you very much, as well as to Redlegs 1990 a little bit before that. You followed in between the streams. I just want to give you a call out if you're out there watching as well. So what are we going to do? What are we going to do? I kind of think we got to go up and over, but I don't know if that's ideal. I think the Jenner, we're still hot. So we're going to move over here with the Jenner. We're still really hot with the Jenner. And we're going to sensor lock this other mech to see what it is. We know this one is a Locust, which getting into the backfield behind our mechs, because we don't have that much armor, that medium laser can still detonate a lot of stuff. That's what we've seen happen. Let's sensor lock what this one back here is, and let's see. It's a Jenner 7K. So they're a little bit better, but they're also fairly scary. You know, SRM4s, medium lasers. So Jenner 7K as well as the Locust 1V, and we don't know what that vehicle is. And so with that, I think it's going to be okay to have Tug go charging up ahead, make contact, and... Okay, so that wasn't the same vehicle flanking. There's two vehicles. Oh, okay. That's going to be adventuresome. That's going to be an adventure. So not the best chance to hit. A lot better because the Jenner was standing still. So here we go. Bazap, bazap. A miss and a hit. And while it is low on armor, it is still a lot of armor to chew through. Absolutely. Crick says, gets ready to deal Tug Bobo into the poker game in the med bay. Yeah. Yeah. We're running out of pilots, everybody. And we're running out of C-bills to hire new pilots. A more unscrupulous individual would space the medbay individuals and hire new ones. But seeing as how we are not that crew, we are not that type of mercenary unit, we got 5 pilots in the medbay. It's a lot. And they're there for the long haul, at least 1 to 2 more months. So, and we are getting just absolutely wrecked on C-bills and everything else. It's not great. It's not great. 38%, 43 and 38. It's a little bit better. We're going to keep focusing on the Jenner. I think that's really what we need to do at this point in time. We're also going to send everything into the CT if we can with a precision strike. I know it tanks our resolve from 40% on down, but really I'm trying to get as much damage as I can before these 2 vehicles come back up. Because while we can't step on them, we have to get close, and they are relatively fast. Oh, not great, not great. We are exposing the structure, though. We are setting ourselves up for a little bit of success. I just don't want to get shot by these horrible, terrifying little vehicles because they don't know what they are. That could be really, really bad. So here we go. We're going to get up here. Ooh, we have a better... Looking at the chevrons back here. Here we go. A little bit out of line of fire from some of these other targets, as well as you can see the inner and outer chevrons are good. And that means that our PPC and our LRM-10 are a little bit better chance. If we're closer, though, it doesn't really improve. So we're just going to stay with where we are and send the ammo that we have downrange. And hopefully it's enough. So, oh, there it is. Oh, that's actually a significant amount of hits. Left arm destroyed. That Jenner 7K is now stressed, which is awesome. And they are definitely in a situation where they are down on firepower. Half their medium lasers are gone, which is cool. Yes, Tugboat was getting up here. We're going to get even closer. We're going to attack out of all this swirling desert storm style stuff. Here we go into the side of this Locust with 2 medium lasers and some machine guns. Now, the downside is this thing can get behind us. And, well, thankfully it's not. It's running over here to this side. It's not very happy about it. They're trying to reconsolidate their flank and shift and rotate clockwise around us to get away from the melee mech. But we're going to try to use that to our advantage. We've got them to successfully move. We're going to pop over the ridgeline here, and we're going to blast them with our own Jenner 7D, which is fully recharged on its cooldown just about. And so we should have a pretty good chance at just wrecking what's left of this Jenner up here, getting through the armor into the interior. Fingers crossed. Here we go. Oh, man. Looks like 3 solid hits, and the pilot just bailed. The mech was in one piece, and the pilot just said nope. And, oh, gosh, I'm pretty sure I just saw the word scimitar. I think we're going to win this one, chat. I think we are definitely going to do this now, ladies and gentlemen. AC5 SRM2s, that's cool. That's not too shabby. And we still have a locust to deal with, which is all right. And we're just going to kind of pivot over here. And the question is, what do we do? I say that a lot, but I think it's important to note that it's just out of habit. So the scimitar is up there. The locust is down here. I really want to get rid of the scimitar. The AC5 can do a lot of damage. We're going to try to send a bunch of weaponry up that way and get lucky. Not enough. Not enough. But we also have Sarvik up here. And maybe we'll get lucky doing this as well. Now, we could go for the locust. 10, 38, and 8. It's got a lot of evasion. Or we could go for the vehicle and hopefully wipe it from the face of this planet. Here we go. Boom. Big impact with that PPC. I think we have chosen correctly with the Vindicator variant that we brought with us. So now it is down to 2. A Vedette. Okay, AC5 probably. Maybe an AC10. It's an AC5 and a machine gun. They can be dangerous, but with this combo here, only with the Locust and the Vedette, I think we'll be all right. We're going to get nice and close to the Vedette with Tug Bobo and hopefully just smash our way through. There we go. Bada bing, bada boom. No, not enough. Not enough. Not through the armor. Still need to get that smashing action going on in, and unfortunately, we're not able to close the gap. Now, our Wolverine is having the left side slowly plink through. We had a mech get into our backfield and just nearly rip off that torso again. We ran out of SRM6s to replace it with, so it is something that is a concern. Now, we're going to get up here and spend all this firepower on the Jenner onto this Vedette and the AC5, and then we're going to go after this this Locust afterwards. Boom! There it is. Harry78 getting the kill. And now, there was one. Oh, man. And the Wolverine, we're going to do this from nearly point-blank range on the back side of the mech where there isn't that much armor. Only 7. Oh, boy. Buckle up, buddy. Here it comes. Persistent strike on this Locust. Going through the rear of the mech. And there it is. It's still in one piece. The medium laser is crit, which is good for us. It means when it does get a chance to go, if it gets a chance to go, it's going to be less likely to be accurate. It's about a 5% accuracy bonus is what we see on those. Sure. We're going to step up here slightly with the Vindicator and shoot this way. We are getting a little bit hot, so I will turn off the LRMs. And here we go, PPC and a medium laser. And there it is, left torso, left arm destroyed. This mech is effectively pretty much neutered, but they are still sticking around. And that's bad news for them because Tug Bobo wants to get in here and smash and crash away. Here it is. Second to last round of machine gun fire. Boom! Right leg destroyed. That mech is going down for a second pilot injury. And the Dak is going on in, and they're done. They're done. They're bailing on out. Oh, baby. Darius says we are good to go. That should slow down the local pirate organization. Well, it's definitely going to slow us down as well. That mission was very, very hairy. No pun intended, ladies and gents. But we got through it. We definitely made it work. 370,000 C-bills is pretty darn good. And unfortunately, we've got a bit more work to do on the fire starter. And we got our pilots, which are pretty tuckered out as well. So we have a bunch of machine guns. 6 of them. We're going to hang on to these. And we're going to hang on to those as well. Jump jets, we've got a bunch on. We're going to shift click and sell those to get a bit more money back in our pocket. This should put us, before repairing our mechs, close to 900,000 C-bills, maybe 8,000. So we'll see. It's a very hairy mission. That's correct, Zachus. Oh, man. We just don't have the pilots, is what it really boils down to. Most of our pilots are in the med bay, and Tug's going to be in the med bay now. We just really don't have the pilots to make this work long term, which is a problem because we're running out of money. So now we're looking at possibly taking a mission with 3 pilots because Tug Bobo's out for 32 days. I mean, I tell you what, here at the end of the month, we're going to get a whole slew of people back. But, oh, man, it's rough. We're going to have some fatigued pilots. We're probably going to have to go to town on that with really only dropping with 3 mechs. But in the meantime, we've got some funds. We have some stuff available. We're going to repair the Wolverine. That's not too bad for one day. And refit the fire starter. Yeah, time to sell off some light mech parts, probably. Machine gun over there. We'll go back over here and throw a machine gun back on. And we'll do this over here. Another machine gun and a jump jet and some ammo. Put another one over there and a jump jet and some ammo. probably what we need to do. Machine gun half ammo. And then lastly is going to be the equipment and the jump jet. So that's not too shabby. 3 days to get that back together. All told and done, just about 89,000 C-bills. At the end of the day, that's not too bad. And that'll get those together. And you know what? If we're waiting that, we might as well wait a few more days. A few more days to go through and get our pilots unfatigued so we can get back into the action. But yeah, we'll see. Is there going to be a contract that we really want to do with that? So Crick says, I'm going to clean these guys out of their C-bills. That's right, man. You're racking up a winnings over there in the med bay. Probably a cease and desist, focusing on the C-bills is probably what we want to do. It's a base destruction mission, so it might not be the best, but we could probably make it work. Oh, let's see. We got to put time back on the clock regardless, so we're going to do that. Wolverine's back. Firestarter's back. Here we go. And we can wait 3 more days, which is probably what we're going to do. We're going to put 3 days back on the clock to get these pilots unfatigued, because we're going to need to get them ready to roll at the easiest possible moment, because it's going to be a rough, wild ride. Whew. All right. So what do you have for missions? Contracts, are they still the same? They probably are. Here's still that half skull. We really don't have anything in between. It's a 1 skull that we can take, and a half skull with 3 pilots could be rough. Yeah, Serve Cole says it's not enough C-bills to be worth it, probably. We probably should have spent that time traveling, in all honesty. But, yeah, to destroy base, they can be very, very, very scary. I mean, we would earn possibly 100,000 C-bills out of this if we don't take too much damage. So...
Follower online.
Steelhammer Soul Forger. First off, awesome name. Second off, welcome to the Breadbox Privateers. Thank you for following. It is going to be a huge pile of an adventure. Thank you very, very much for the follow. Welcome to the shenanigans. Welcome to the crazy zaniness. Served Colt says turrets, boss. Turrets. Ugh. Yeah, you're right. We need to travel. I don't know if we could really afford a lot. Let's go take a look before we do travel and what we can actually sell. I really would rather sell completed mech parts, completed mechs, rather than pieces. So we can sell these 2 mechs, a Wasp A and a Stinger 3G. Those are completed. So we're going to sell those, I think is what we're going to do. Other than that, we're going to have to go into our inventory and honestly start basically scrapping out components of mech parts for lights, such as Firestarter pieces, Panthers, Locust parts. So we could scrap this out for something. Do we know how much it's going to scrap us out for? That's a good question. I don't know. What's one that we don't care about? We got stringer parts down here. We have a Wasp 1A. Well, I really don't want to scrap out too many of my Locust parts because I want to build one. But let's try this. Let's see what we get for a scrap cost over the Wasp A over here. Surgical says, destroy base sounds easy, but effectively you're fighting 2 Op4s, maybe 3 with reinforcements. Yeah, that's my concern. Usually we have to go in with relatively well-optimized mechs to make that work, especially if you're going in with 3. And we just don't have that. They don't synergize that well. We're just trying to scrape on by. So we're going to try to scrape this Wasp 1A part together. 16,000 C-bills. Oh, that's not worth it. That's not worth it at all. We could scrap all of our light mech parts and maybe make 50 to 75,000 C-bills. Oh, that's not worth it. It's really not worth it. We're playing on simulation mode as well, so it does change how some of this stuff works. Let's go sell the 2 mechs that we have. Let's get some cash back into our pockets. Let's go and sell this Stinger 3G and the Wasp 1A. And I mean, we would be better off selling weapon components, honestly, if we absolutely needed that money. So, yeah, absolutely best of with long-range mechs, especially with LRMs. Now, we do have an LRM 10, but it's not going to be enough. We do have our 2 Vindicators, so we can go rolling in with PPC mechs, but if they're focused on... It really depends. Is the terrain beneficial for us to get line-of-sight blocking terrain, separate the Op4s, pick out the mechs, and then go in after the turrets? Or are we going to be slogging through a huge killing field? It really depends on what we have, and we don't have a good answer to that. So, sold our mechs. We're sitting here a little bit prettier. Now, we could sit for 16 days and get Krieg back. We could hire some more pilots as well. and take some more missions here, honestly, after this. So that is something that we could do. Who do we have here for pilots to hire? We don't have anyone that's super amazing, but they are a little pricey as well. So, chat, here's the big question. Do we hang out here for 10 days, hire some pilots, go down to 800, 700,000 C-bills, try to go in and finish some more missions here, some of these lighter missions? They might get a bit more damaging. We're struggling with some of these, or we can do a short travel. So if we're looking at short travel, we're going to be looking again for another one skull planet. We really just need better mediums, and we need to keep them in one piece. We're really putting inoptimal builds into mediums right now because we don't have much else that we can do. So we've fought our way back closer to clan space, but it's not fantastic. So we're here. We can go up to Darius. Darius's home planet. There's 3 factions that are fighting up here. Black Market, which isn't good for us. The pirates hate us. Pirate Presence Moons, poor, primitive, recently colonized, travel hub. There's not going to be a lot to buy here, but that could be good. I mean, we can go home to Darius's home planet. That's definitely something that we could do, for sure. Yeah, Reese's recommends short travel as well. I think that's a solid bet. 16 days, 60,000 C-bills. I mean, we're gonna travel, and we're gonna be waiting 16 days regardless, right? And so we're going to travel 16 days. We're going to get one of our pilots back. So we're going to have 4 pilots again. We can still buy pilots at that point. Yeah, I think it's going to be the best way to go. So the question is, do we go to Kissen? You know, it's got 2 factions. It looks like it's got a lot more opportunity for missions. Or do we go to Darius just for the lulls? I mean, Darius produces mid-tech boats and yachts for export to nearby worlds. Yeah. You don't need money anyway to buy stuff. I mean, kind of true. We don't have any money to buy stuff with as it is. We could go further back east to get to Sakai, but again, there's not much there. I mean, I take that back. Former Star Lake, there's some cool stuff there, but that's a much further travel, and that would potentially get us into a financial situation at that point. 17 days or 16 days. Well, shoot. I think that settles it. We're going to skip Darius for now. 16 days up here for 60,000 or 30,000, but it's going to bump us out to 17 days. Let's see. What does that do for us? We're being very, very stingy on our time budget here. So we could go to Darius. We could totally go to Darius. Let's go to Darius. Why not? Let's go see what's at Planet Darius. It's like Planet Bob from Titan AE. Let's go see what's available there. And just for the lulls, let's go to Darius's home planet. Is what we're calling it. Let's see what's available. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen, 30,000 C-bills, 17 days of travel. Here we go. Aw, yeah. I also got to say, too, tried out today. Got the other one here. I got a package of 2 snowballs by Hostess. The blue ones. I thought they were white back in the day, or red. I'm not really sure. I guess they changed their colors. Haven't had these in like 15 years. I tried one. Still not good. And a lot less coconut-y than I remember, so we'll see. Not sponsored, but Hostess, if you're out there, if you want to send me stuff to eat on stream, I would definitely be down for that. What do we have here? 3052, September 11th, doctor's orders. Oh, man. As you're on your way to the med bay for an evaluation, you hear Tug Bobo and Data King 1 shouting over a poker game, and then a loud metallic crash as the poker table flips on over. Commander, Tug Bobo calls as you enter. How nice of you to join us. She rises halfway out of bed, trailing a tangled rope of tubes and wires. The senior doctor turns on you, flushed and angry. Commander, your mech warriors refuse to follow their recovery regimen. Data King 1 lounges in a nearby chair. How come you're running around the ship? You're hurt too. Oh, man. Instruct the doctors to relax their rules, discipline the pilots to confine them to medbay, or Argo training module. Order Tug Bobo to practice while they recover. We're going to go with this one, unless there's a chance that this possibly lets us get these pilots back in action quicker, because that would be really, really beneficial. I'm asking for a little bit of meta gameplay here from those in the know that are watching. If you know, this is usually a safe bet. I believe it gives you some XP and stuff like that, but I don't think it increases or reduces their recovery time. This right here gives them, I believe, a low spirits, possibly, And this right here, I don't know. I don't know if this would potentially let us get our pilots back quicker. If that's the case, I would love that, but I don't know. So we're probably going to go with the Argo training module. Yeah, Surf Cold Sane training. Yeah, it's probably the safe bet. We're going to go for it. We're going to go play some Mech Warrior 5 in the training module and see how that goes. Oh, man. Data King 1, I'm up and about because I have a mercenary company to run. Unlike you, my job doesn't stop when I'm not in a mech. You turn to the doctor. I respect the challenges you face here, but clearly Tug Bobo is going a little stir crazy. Perhaps you could spend some time each day in the training modules playing poker there instead of on a table in the med bay. The doctor's tightened lips communicate displeasure, but she keeps those words to herself. Very well, Commander. We'll need her on her feet soon enough. Walking to the training room and back won't be any different than doing laps in the hallway. Well, there we go. Tug Bobo and Data King gained 50 experience, which, since we're on simulation mode, is a lot. That's definitely going to be helpful. And there we go. We're not getting them back any quicker, but they're not being delayed any further, which is pretty awesome. So now what we're going to do is we're going to come up here and shift-click on the Argo, which is a nice feature of the BEX3025 mod. And when we do that, it's going to skip a lot of the animations as possible, where we're just going through and just sitting there spending days, and it skips to just do the animations itself. And it does make it go by a little bit quicker, which is really nice. Craig says, since when do we play it safe? I mean, I thought we've been playing it pretty safe so far, Craig. We've only, lost a small number of mechs and pilots. It probably could be a lot worse. So work on the Argo beta pod is complete. We can now hire new people, which is fantastic. We've got a little bit of extra C-bills. So let's go over here to engineering and see if there's anything we can do for really, really cheap. I doubt it. Surf Cold says the only events that reduce medbay time are the ones that give you med points. That's a good point. That's a really good point. That's way too expensive. That's not too bad. It's a gymnasium for morale. That's more expensive. And this one over here is, again, not too expensive. The library. And all these other ones are a bit words are hard sometimes. A bit more than I'm willing to spend right now. Definitely not super ideal. Not ideal at all. The training module, too, I really want, but we're not going to pick that up right now. We're probably going to go over here to the gymnasium. It's probably going to be a better bet. Help our mech warriors get a little bit fitter, a little bit quicker, and all that fun stuff. We're going to get that in the queue, and we're going to go back, and we're going to do a little bit more sightseeing and see what we got going on around here. And shift, click, travel to Darius. We're bringing Darius to Darius. Oh, man. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, here we are in orbit around the planet. Another dust ball, but that's all right. We're going to press that continue button, and we're going to see what we have available. Here we are. We're 4 days out from our financial report. What do we have for missions? Please be good. Please be good. Okay, we can work with this. We can work with this. Again, for C-bills, not that great. Ambush convoy can be dangerous. But up here, this is a little bit better. It's a capture base. There could, again, be turrets. We have some one skull that, honestly, they're okay. They're okay. This could have been a lot better, which is usually what I'm saying about Darius, regardless. Things could be a little bit better than what we're dealing with, but that's all right. Let's go see what we have over here in the store, because, while we're here, we might as well see what we're going to be stuffing back in our mechs. Oh, there's nothing available in the store. Oh, no. That's not good. That's not good at all. It's because there's nothing here at Darius. Nothing here at all. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have our financial report. We've got Tank here coming back. Do we have 5, or at least we have 4 mech warriors available? We do, and Sarvik is finally getting some awesome goodness going on here. We're going to give them an ability up there and push their tactics up a little bit more, so that'll be nice. Harry78 is working on some more goodies going on. Krieg 0077 pushed all the way up here, still building up those XP down there. Steel Warrior finally able to push into some other goodness. Ooh. Oh, man. Questions. We're going to go for the better chance to hit. That way we can get some goodness going on there as well. You could buy a yacht. It's true. Another Darius ripoff. That's right, Seawolf, though. We could buy a yacht while we're here. When we have a space yacht, we can probably put it on a docking collar, on the other docking collar of the think it'd probably work. I think it would probably work. But But there we go. Steel Warrior, Krieg, Harry, and Sarvik finally getting some of their abilities back up. We're going to have 2 Central Lock pilots, which is going to be really nice. Krieg's got the Master Tactician, which is going to be good as well. +1 initiative, which is really going to help get some of those medium mechs rolling where they got to go. So multi-shot, some good things going there. Let's go see what we have here just for kicks in the higher end hull. Do we have any streamer pilots that we're running across? No, but we have Chainsaw. That's a really cool name. But other than that, we have Hilo, Knight, Razorcat, Sledge, and Wolfman. Now, we can hire some of these pilots, and so we're going to take out the pilots first off that we have available right now, but we can hire some more. And when we do that, we're going to be naming them after followers here of the channel. So if you're out there watching and you haven't hit that follow button already and you want to be selected as a possible individual that could be hired on, had a pilot named after you, hit that follow button to follow here the channel on Twitch. Otherwise, if you want to secure your position in that queue, you can always hit the subscribe button to support the channel and ensure that you're next in line regardless of what happens. But that will happen here in a little bit. Let's go see what we have here for the contracts. Oh boy, holy wow. What do we want to do, chat? What do we want to do? We're going to be prioritizing C-bills a little bit. So we could go for the Fly Swatter. It's an assassination mission, which is a bummer. We could go after salvage. We could go after lost supplies. It's an ambush convoy, though. Those are a little bit dangerous. Or we could go down here and prioritize a little bit of C-bills as well. I'm going to leave these 2 skulls alone until we really figure out what we're doing. So, yeah. Craig says, I'm a great tactician, just can't hit the broadside of a dropship. I mean, I've had a lot of success with 2 skull gunnery pilots, whatever the ranks are, 2-point gunnery pilots. I've had a lot of really, really good luck with that. But you're definitely putting your points into that will increase that. It will help. It will make it a lot better. Arisa says, oh, still not good. Snowballs. Only yellow ones are tricky. That's true. Recovery mission for the cash is what Craig is recommending. Recovery mission. Do we have a recovery mission? I'm trying to think of which one it is. Repossession? Oh man, we can try. I don't know if we have the mechs to make that work, man. We might. It really depends on the pirate mission. So this could flex it to a 3 skull and it could flex it to a 3.5. And at the end of the day, we're struggling with 1.5 missions right now, which is really it's concerning. Let's just say that. I think what I might be happier doing is potentially going for some of these lower ones and trying to get more cash, but yeah, we'll see. Capture base. Let's see. Capture base for this one down here. We can try this one. Definitely we can go for this one. Unless there's another capture the base one. Nope, that's going to be the one that's there. Oh boy. Capture the base, what everyone's saying. Yeah, we'll dive into this one. Try to knock the rust off. Get a win under our belt. Get a W added to the list. And hopefully not get anyone particularly knocked out at the moment. Pick 1, get 4. So we're still going to get something out of it, which is nice. We can always go for mech parts. And 131,000 C-bills should, fingers crossed, hopefully cover all of our drop costs to give us a nice 50 to 60,000 C-bill profit. And give us a little bit of a win. And kind of go down that road a little bit as well. So here we go. We're going to press that accept mission button. And we're going to see if this really works out in the way that we're hoping it to. And one thing at a time. So, let's see. Sarvik's down here in the Vindicator, getting real close to getting Comfortable Plus, which is going to give him a nice solid boost in that mech. Steel Warrior as well is going after the Vindicator, I believe. Doing pretty good with that. Going after the Wolverine, actually. Ooh. See, Krieg is the one that wants to go after the Wolvies. So, we're going to move Steel Warrior back over here to the Vindicator. We're going to move Krieg down into the Wolverine. It's a little undergunned, but hopefully we can get some loot capture, get some SRM6s, beef that up just a little bit more. Thankfully, with SRMs, you can afford to go in a little bit of lower gunnery. The big thing is, does this stack, right? So the command battle mech +1 initiative for the whole lance until fired upon, and then they themselves have the +1 initiative as well, which is nice. So even if we lose it, it'll be good. That's right, Craig, get in there. Steel Warrior has been leaving wrappers and candy and stuff all over there. It is what it is. And Harry's doing his thing over there as well. So without further ado, let's dive on in. We'll get this mission rolling. Let's hit that deploy button. And let's see how sideways this goes. Going to reach down here into the grab bag and grab a voice, see which one we're going to roll with. And as always, I'm going to continue to swig on down some zero sugar Pepsi Mango. Not sponsored, but golly gee whiz, if you're trying out there for something new, it's a pretty good flavor. Right off the bat, pretty sweet. I love it. Oh, that's good stuff. Oh, we got a beautiful vista up here, red all the way to blue. That's a pretty bright blue as well. I always love these planetary scenes. They look really good. So our objectives for this mission are going to be capture the manufacturing facility. 131,000 C-bills. Hopefully we get a bonus if we can push that up to 150. That would be nice. And of course, pick 1, get 4 for salvage half skull. This could flex all the way up to 1.5 skull, so that's not too bad.
We've discovered that the Kurita has reactivated an old manufacturing facility in this system. To maintain the balance of power in this system, Steiner Command needs you to capture this facility. You'll make a surgical strike, occupy the base, and hold it until Lyran forces can arrive to take control.
They haven't told us what precisely the facility is producing, but given the strength of enemy forces on the ground, it's something worth protecting. Well, Darius, he didn't say there was going to be a whole boatload of military down here. That would have been good before we agreed to this mission. It's always an adventure with these guys. Oh, man. Craig says, at least I haven't had to host Steel out of the cockpit. That's true. We've had our fair share of things not going particularly too well, so I hear you. Another Martian-style facility. Oh, boy. The manufacturing facility is just ahead, Commander. Before we start our attack, we should recon the facility's defenses from a defensible position. Well, chat, here's the question. Are we going to run into turrets? This looks proper, like, evil supervillain lair style stuff right here. Even right here, it's kind of like a big minnow shark, with a little mouth going, meow, right there. Like a whole squadron of minnow sharks jumping out of the water. Yep. It is what it is. Well, we'll see. This is going to be a difficult one to approach. It really depends. It looks like there's going to be some terrain, though, that we can use to our advantage to get in there and really avoid turrets. So, yes. Yet. Yeah, Sergeant Cole says we're probably going to get turrets for a half skull. We might. I'm hoping we don't, but we might. Once that's done, we'll move in and capture the base. Good luck, Commander.
Jeez, what is this place? This is nasty.
Yeah, we'll see. We're kind of in a corner. We might not have reinforcements on these sides. They'll probably be on the opposite sides. Well, let's just zoom down in, get a nice good look at what we're dealing with. Look at this crazy zany landscape. It's beautiful in its horrendousness, but look at all these crags, these line of sight blocking terrain pieces down here, all the way up there. Enemies could be hiding behind every single boulder. We'll see. Yeah, might get lucky and only have reinforcements. I'm hoping so. The goal here is we're going to sprint face forward until we make contact, because we really can't see the terrain too well down here. Now, we could try to angle all the way up over here, but I'm not convinced we can get over this without jump jets. We don't have a bunch of mechs with jump jets. Some of them do, some of them don't. We could have go all the way down here and flank on this side and work our way up. To this point. But once we get in here, we don't really have any good line of sight blocking terrain. We do have a little bit of the cover here. But as a result, if there are turrets that are active, I don't see any pylons just yet, but it doesn't mean that they aren't here. And so we're really kind of darned if we do, darned if we don't. So I think if we approach up the front, we'll get some sensor locks on what's hanging out over here. And we can make the decision at that point then to pull back and rotate up, or to rotate up over this way and use this as cover to fight. We'll see. Served Cole says, yeah, hide behind rocks. Yep. Assume turrets, then you have the opportunity to be pleasantly surprised. Yeah, I would agree with that. Part of me wants to go this way, but we're going to be open, just racked to pieces. And we can't go the right side, so we're going to approach, and we're going to see what happens. There's a contact, and we're not seeing anything pop up for turrets right now, which is good. We have an unknown mech. We're going to move up here with the Wolverine. I'm getting tired of getting blown up in that thing a little bit. And we aren't quite in dangerous territory yet. What I mean by that is we're not in combat, so it's not worth sprinting up here, trying to shoot because we won't be able to shoot. We haven't initiated contact just yet. So we're going to move over here. We're going to flank out to the right and pivot with the Jenner. Try to get a nice sweep going on if we can. And generally with the other Vindicator, the Zap variant, try to get up here. And we'll see what they do. We have breached the enemy and have initiated contact. And with that, what do we want to do to handle this? Wolverine really can't get up there. We could try to shoot. I really don't want to move that far. We don't know what it is just yet. So we're going to continue to flank up this way with Harry. And we're going to sensor lock. We're going to see what this thing is. It's a 30-ton mech, and it's a Falcon. And buckle up, ladies and gents. It's the RCAB Legion again. Oh, man. They kicked our butts last time. Falcon 4N. This is a nice, cool little mech. It's got really big jets in the back. Medium laser, 2 smalls. This thing is a little bit of a nightmare up close, especially if it gets behind you. It's very, very, very dangerous when it does that because it can rip open the backsides of our mechs like no tomorrow. Yeah, cervical is absolutely correct. We should be reserving on this and playing this game all the way down. But it's actually moving a little bit closer. It's going for our Jenner, which is good. Now we can hopefully get out there and dogpile on this mech just a little bit. But the big question is what else is available? We don't know. We really don't know. So we're going to reserve more. We're going to see what happens. We're going to keep on going down. So far, it's looking like all we're running into is going to be the Falcon down here, which is pretty awesome. I'm pretty excited about that. That's really, really cool. Now, we could go over there and strip some pips with the Wolverine. We can probably do better with one of these mechs up here. Actually, it is going to be the Wolverine. Rather than shooting, we're going to move down here a little bit to the right. We're going to keep trying to pivot over into this terrain, away from the base as much as possible. We're going to go front towards the enemy, and we're going to use our own sensor lock to make this lose 2 evasion pips, which will help our follow-on mechs over there, our mech warriors, get a bit better chance to get some shots in. Plus, it's going to make that sensor hawk? The words are hard. It's going to make that Falcon 4N have more difficult time getting some shots in on us. So we're going to have Sarvik moving a little bit further forward with the PPC and the LRM. Then we're going to follow that up with another PPC mech. Probably should have done it in a different order, but it is what it is. Here we go, and we miss with the PPC. We get a few hits with the LRMs, which is good. This is a fully kitted up mech. It's sensor locked. It's also in radiation, sensor impaired, narrow no profile, and it's in a Martian biome. So we're doing okay. We're doing all right with this. We're going to jump up top here on top of this rock and get this Vindicator zap rolling, at least with the PPC. There we go, 65% chance to hit. Oh, there it is. Sensors exposed. Structure exposed. Sensors impaired. Now, hopefully, we can dogpile a little bit harder. We don't want to get too close, but I also want to get some good shots if I can. So we're going to get just within inside that best range right there. Here we go, moving forward. And we're going to zap away with the medium laser. SRMs, the whole just vomit of stuff here on this mech, just to make it work. Right torso, right arm destroyed, and just like that, ladies and gentlemen, that Falcon is just about neutered. And it has lost most of its firepower, but it's moving close. It's going to get that machine gun and small laser rolling. That's nothing that's too worrying for me. That's all right. And we're going to go over here and get Harry to come up on the backside and get some good, solid shots in with the Jenner. Here we go. Not the best chance to hit, but it could be all right. We're going through the backside. We're going to zap away the medium lasers. And we hit with 1, we missed with 3. Probably could have used a precision strike, but we're going to try to build that up over time. Our mech warriors aren't building that up as quickly as they normally would. Again, we're playing on simulation difficulty. And so it's something to consider as we get in here and just kind of how we're going to handle this. The zap variant, we could just stay stationary. I'm not really a huge fan of that, but we could do that. Sarvik, though, we're going to probably want to have stand back. Ooh, can we do that without getting things going horribly wrong? Kind of make that work. I don't want to get closer to the factories and the building and the base up there. We're going to do this. We're going to build up a little bit of heat. We're going to get some more shots rolling on in. And there's a big, solid impact. And some bad stuff happening. They are panicked. Their CT is open. And suddenly, Steel Warrior has a pretty good shot here, I think. We're just going to take it from right where we are. We're going to stay stationary. This is a risk. And we're going to send that precision strike right into the CT. Here we go. Boom! Right on through. And that's it. We scouted the facility and we destroyed the facility's garrison. So this might be being the key word here. This might be an easier mission than we expected. All right, scout the facility. Let's kind of skirt outside this radiation field and see what we're running into. And we're going to have the Jenner continue to go up. We do have jump jets on the Jenner. And we're going to get a little bit out and left and right field out there. And just generally see if we can get some flanking shots, if we can see what's going on up here with the Jenner. We're positioned out here. And I'm going to send the Jenner up a little bit more. And we're going to send everyone else kind of over here into cover. And we're just going to kind of basically wait for the Jenner to report on what they're seeing. So we still don't know what we're dealing with here. Jenner's rolling on up here. Everyone else is doing okay. I think we're all right. We're doing all right so far. So we can still approach. I'm still not seeing any turrets. We don't know what's going to happen when we get into that point. We're probably going to have reinforcements come in and trigger a whole big giant to do. We're going to hold off one more time. We're getting done with that. And we're going to have the Jenner go in on foot this time, or jump a little bit more. Dangerous situation we're playing with here. I really want to get the Jenner up here if we can. Yeah, we're going to hold off on that for now and continue to take the Jenner in a little bit closer. And if we need to, we'll jump on out. There we go. That's a Star League era manufacturing facility, all right. No wonder the Lyran Commonwealth wants it so bad. Be careful of reinforcements. We're getting intel that there are additional enemy forces rallying to the facility. I mean, that's good to know, Darius, but at the same time, you know, okay. At the same time, their defenses were only a single Falcon. That wasn't too inspiring, all things considered. We're going to capture the base. We're going to come up here and trigger this. And we're just going to hang out. We'll see what happens. We've occupied the facility. Pacify the area around the base is the goal now. We're just going to hang out. We're going to see where the enemy contact shows up.
You've got hostile contacts inbound.
All right, where are they at? Where are they at? Destroy the Cretan reinforcements. We still don't know. Oh, they're over here at this point. Looks like a single vehicle, a 35-tonner. We're well positioned for that. And so we're going to get Krig starting to move on up here. And we'll sensor lock that to see what the crap that is. There's a mech up there with it as well. Sensor locking that. It is going to be a Saladin. Oh, that's not great. That's an AC-20. Yeah, you're right, Krig. Reinforcements to the left of the base. They brought a tank. Actually, it doesn't have a turret, so it's probably going to be a tank destroyer. Some sort of hovercraft murder machine.
Online.
Ugh. Friend of Entropy has followed. Friend of Entropy, how's it going? Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the channel. Hopefully you're enjoying the shenanigans and pained expressions of mistakes and reaping the repercussions of what we sow here on the channel. Welcome to the chat, man. Hopefully things are going well for you. We're about ready to face off against the Saladin and something else.
Commander?
Not really sure what. Can't really get up here with sensor lock, so we're going to come sprinting down here with Harry over there in the Jenner 7D and making that work. So the question is what to do, what to do, what to do, what to do. We're going to get closer. We're going to move a little bit. We're going to brace a little bit. Just generally spread out, keeping our spacing. Not that I'm expecting artillery or airstrikes and stuff like that, but, you know, we still don't know. We still don't know what a lot of this stuff is. So we're going to rain some LRMs down on the Saladin. Let them know that we're here. Knock on the roof, as it were. Strip a little bit of that armor off. They brought a mobile cannon. Yeah, that mobile cannon can DO in a 50-ton vehicle. Oh, boy. Okay. Now, the question is, do we have a fourth one down here? Has this been basically a split advance? I'm not really sure, or a pincer movement. We'll have to find out. And actually, you know what? We are not going to move up on that. We're going to move back just a little bit, and then we're going to sensor lock the other one. We're going to try to be smart for once. That's right. Reserve until the little tank goes. It just, yeah, that's right. It went before. Let's go find out what this other thing is. A 20-tonner. It's a Wasp 1K. Okay, so that's not the end of the world. We can definitely deal with that. But these little suckers can get in your backfield and wreck hard. So we have Harry up top. we're going to keep reserving. We got the evasion pips. We're going to see what they do. They're probably going to play the reserve game. And definitely... no, the tank's getting closer. Oh, gosh. Oh, well, there went almost all the armor. Almost all the armor on the Vindicator. Ah, that hurt. Look at this little guy. Look at this little lady. We don't know. This thing looks cool, though. I mean, it's a big, giant murder machine, but it looks cool. Big, giant gun up front. Little itty-bitty ones back there. I like it. I like it a lot. So, with that being the case, yeah. We got our Zap. We got Sarvik back here with the LRMs. We're going to step back if we can. We might have to... Ugh. We can't really get a good line of sight on that from where we are based on this ridgeline. So we're going to step back with a Vindicator, give them some space. Again, rain LRMs on top of this thing. It's not the best chance to hit. We're going to do what we can. Poor old Vindy. That's right, friend. We have two of them. Start of the stream, we ended up detonating both of our torsos. And oh, gosh, there's a fourth one up there. And LRMs. Oh, gosh. All right. We need to take care of this Saladin. And then we need to start consolidating our position. We don't know what else is out there, some sort of LRM variant. We do have our Jenner up there with a Harry on the far, far flank. There's a 50-ton vehicle and a 35-tonner over here. So we got to be careful what we do, but we can make this work. They only have one mech. And while it is a Wasp 1K, it's got a medium laser. This thing could be painful.
Waiting for orders.
So we're going to get up here into cover. Again, we're going to go up and try to get a good line of sight, line of fire. Good, solid chance to hit with the Vindicator Zap variant. So here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, fingers crossed, firing the firing solution in 3, 2, 1. Oh, yeah. And we miss with the PPC, but it's enough with the medium lasers. And there it is. The Saladin is down. And all we have left to deal with over here is going to be this Wasp 1K, which, as we know, can detonate Wolverines like no tomorrow. But it is what it is. We're going to reserve again. We're going to let these vehicles get a little bit closer. A little bit closer to see what they actually are. We have the evasion pips as almost max evasion. And we're going to play reserve one more time. There we go. And Harry, we don't know what it is. We're going to get up nice and close. What are you? You are a Vedette. A 50-ton Vedette, huh? AC5? Okay. Well, we're going to fire everything we got at it. And got some solid hits. This is a very, very up-armored Vedette. At least it feels like it. 310 armor. Ugh. There goes this. They're going to go try to smash us over there on that side. 3 against 1. I get it. I really, really do. We're going to jump up this way. Actually, before I do that, we can go with Harry again. We're going to go smash it. I hope. Maybe. Or do we want to maneuver and just bail on out? I think that's kind of what we want to do. I don't know if we can get enough. I don't know if we can do enough damage in melee. We do 35. I think it's double. That's 60. Depending where we hit it, we're not going to be successful. We don't have any close in-range weaponry. So I think with Harry, we're going to just boot, scoot, and buggy and get on out of here. We're just going to go on a full-on sprint out this way and just bail on out. Get eyes on this mech and probably try to scoot in here in this 35-tonner. We can probably go after that. Yeah, Craig says the 35-tonner is a striker maybe. My guess is it probably is. It seemed like it shot a good amount of LRMs at us. So we just got to keep that in mind. And we should be fine regardless. That said, we don't have a good opportunity here for Steel Warrior to get in. And so we're going to send our Wolvie up here. Actually, we're going to jump down this way. We could do a DFA. Really bad chance to hit, though. We're going to jump over here into cover. And there we go. Point blank range. What do we have? We have a Hunter. Okay. Oh, that's cool. Look at that. It's got a rocket turret. No, it doesn't have a rocket turret. It's got a flamer turret with rocket packs. It reminds me of the Matilda Hedgehog from World War II. Oh, that's cool. That's a cool little vehicle, I got to say. It looks nice. Just the downside, it's on the enemy team and shooting at us. But anyway, we're going to fire everything we have with Craig. Here we go. Bazap, 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 bazap. We're above that 55% or the 50%, so we are getting that accuracy bonus. We're going to have to spend that here in a little bit. Steel Warrior, again, can't really get any good line of sight. So before we move out there with that fragile chassis, we're going to keep pressing reserve and just kind of keep working on down. The Arcab Legion, they've got a whole slew of stuff. And there goes the LRM-20. Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh. Thankfully, we're in cover, and we have the evasion pips. And that individual is getting a little bit closer over there to Harry, which is pretty darn good for us. Not so good for them.
Yes, Commander.
So with this, can we could probably jump. We could get up here. Can we get a better line of... Ooh, we can if we come up here. Can we just walk up there? We can just walk. Well, yeah. Oh, we can walk, but we can't get the line of sight. That is good to know. What if we jump anywhere over here? Not really. So this is the spot. We're going to jump up here. We don't have any heat anyway. It'll be all right. Jumping and pivoting. Again, remember the Vindicator, while it does have a 120-degree arc, its actual firing arc is smaller than that, so you can see that where the front arc of the vehicle is. Weapons, due to the quirk, are a little bit more limited. We're going to go up here for this Hunter. It's got a lot of armor on it, too. Golly gee whiz. Really good chance to hit, though. Not so much for that. So we're going to go for this. Really good chance, and we're going to let that rip. And PPC goes smashing on in. Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Sensors impaired are really going to help with that as well. Unfortunately for us, no matter where we go, we can't get line of fire on that. So we're just going to sprint on up, stand on top of a rock, a hill. Not really sure. We're going to go to the far right. We're going to try to flank this because we're going to draw some fire, I think, with this Jenner. Oh, man. Graybeard Ray, welcome to the chat. Welcome to the channel. It's been a long time. Hopefully things are going well for you. Graybeard asks, can I get a piece of brown sugar cinnamon toast? I can do you one better. I got a box of cinnamon Pop-Tarts. You put the sugar on it yourself. Oh, baby. Hopefully things are going well for you, man. I think you were in here last week. Oh, man. Yeah, mostly. Fair point. Oh, man. It's exciting to see just all the community members coming back as we're trying to get back into streaming a bit more regularly and having a bit more fun doing that stuff. It's a lot of fun. I really, really enjoy that. That's right. Pop-Tarts for days. We're going to get a little bit closer up here. A little bit danger close. Maybe we can't quite melee. We're going to probably reserve with the Jenner until maybe these vehicles get closer and we can stomp them. So that'll be good. You were here? Awesome. Awesome stuff. Sweet. Craig, we don't want to get too close. We've learned that lesson, but we still want to shoot all of our whoosh whoosh noisemakers. We're going to stand back up here. Yeah, that's a really good chance. Oh, that Hunter is still stationary. All right, Craig, let's go get him. Darn it, now I want Pop-Tarts, Spinius Thor says. Oh, baby. We're going to try for this turret cheek up there. Probably not the best chance. I mean, whatever. We're just going to go for it. Here we go, sending it. Bada bing, bada boom with all the missiles. And there it is. Craig getting a kill. Craig has hunted the Hunter. Oh, man. And just like that, 50% down, there is the Wasp. That's pretty good. We can go and get some back shots, at least with our Jenner, even if the other vehicle doesn't come on up. That's all right. Steel Warrior, we're going to approach out in the open. What could possibly go wrong? Here it is. And you know what? We're going to spend the Precision Strike. We've got the stuff for it. We're going to go straight for the CT. It's probably not going to hit. That's all right. Spread that damage around. And we miss with a lot, actually, surprisingly. Flip of a coin 50% of the time. Not too surprising, but it feels like it. It feels like it should be. We're going to reserve again with Harry. We're going to see what they do. They're going to keep reserving on down. We're going to hold back on Sarvik as well. Where are they going? They're getting closer. 50-ton vehicle. Going for the shots. Getting the evasion pips. There it is. Headshot, though. That's true. I mean, that's definitely going to ring their bell. That's definitely going to be painful. All day, every day. And we're going to get Sarvik up there from long distance with the pew-pews, man. PPC, not too shabby. Increasing the percentage chance to hit is really probably not worth it. So we're just going to give it a normal shot right now. And impacting with those, and that'll give us a better chance to get Harry back up here from the backside. Now, we could melee, but we don't have that much melee. We can't get up to the vehicle to melee. We're really just trying to strip this vehicle of everything it cares about. Now, we want to get back into the back arc, not the side arc. So we want to be over here with as much distance as we can manage. So there we go. Jenner's running back there into the back arc of the Wasp. Here we go, 53% chance. Do we want to spend this Precision Strike on this? I think we do. We're going to get a better chance to hit. So here we go. Call the CT, hit the head. It's all part of the same unit. It all works for me.
Roger.
Oh, baby. Harry 78. Oh, with the kill. Somebody got toasted. Oh, man. That was fantastic. 4 medium lasers to the back, detonating that mech to pieces right there.
What's up,
Now, Harry could get up here. We can't quite melee it because we can't see it. That's the problem we're running into right there. So we're going to get Krieg to come up into the cover up here and the whoosh whoosh noise all over its face. And I mean, phrasing is important, but that is what we're doing. There it is, softening up that target. And of course, we're going to get Steel Warrior to come up as well. Get a nice little bit closer. Maybe we'll pop it with the PPC medium lasers. Maybe we won't. We're not going to risk that with overheating. We're going to shut down one of the medium lasers just to make it nicer here. Here we go. Boom! And softening up the target. And that's it. That's done, ladies and gentlemen. We have completed the adventure. Reese's Rules says, I love a general with 4 medium lasers in the morning. Absolutely. Dropship inbound for landing, Commander. Once they secure the facility, we're dusting off. Good to know. Finally. Oh, man. And Darius also says that we've taken control of the facilities. I'm sure that's good. I don't care, Darius. We got paid. We got paid. Friend of Entropy says the statement, back arc of the wasp, immediately conjured up images of paper mache for me. My desire to know more intensifies. That's all she wrote. Absolutely. Risa says almost more than a fire starter. Yeah, I said it. Almost. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, that's awesome. That's really, really good. Graybeard says, quick question, Toast, do you like D&D? I absolutely love D&D, Graybeard. Actually, the reason our stream started a little bit later today is for the first time in a year, our D&D group finally met back together again today to see if we were still interested in pursuing the campaign that I'm running. And the answer was yes. So I'm not going to have dedicated content about the D&D stuff here on the channel, here on Twitch or over on our YouTube. By the way, for anyone that wants to watch back episodes of this, our previous pirate gameplay, everything else, we're going to have a series on Crying Suns coming up soon as well. You'll go find that over on the YouTube channel. But throughout our YouTube videos, especially here on Twitch, we're going to be talking about D&D a little bit, just as a part of playing through all of our stuff, for sure. Grieber says, if you like D&D, I strongly recommend playing Solasta Crown of the Magister. That's really, really cool. Mellow 7 Gaming has been putting up a series of videos that I've caught a little bit of. I haven't actually sat down and watched them due to mini toast shenanigans in my life. But I'm going to check that out. I'm going to put that on the list and definitely check that out. That looks like that could be a lot of fun, and it looks like it's up my alley. I just haven't spent the time to actually dig into it. So it's got good reviews. It's got really, really good reviews, which is nice. 76,000 C-bills is the total payout. That was more than I was expecting. I expected we'd get about a 50,000 bonus, but that's not too bad. Drop costs right there. That's pretty good, which means we got that extra bonus for the 10%, which is beneficial. Oh, man. Sheriff Colt says, totally agree with Ray on that. Oh, man. All right. I'll definitely take a look at that. That might be something that we choose to do as a YouTube series, possibly. I'm going to try to keep Twitch dedicated to Battletech, at least for a little bit, for a little while. I don't have that much time to dive into a lot of new stuff on Twitch. My streams are once every week on a Sunday and occasionally every other Friday. Once that changes here in the next 5 to 6 months, we'll see how it goes. Azaka says, no, ChronicToast, don't check out Solasta. You'll get addicted. No. It's true. It's true. I probably will. That's all right. Not as pretty as BG3, but the gameplay looks a lot better. Yeah, I would agree with that. Baldur's Gate 3, I liked it. I enjoyed it. I've got a whole video series of that over on my YouTube from the open beta and stuff like that, or open alpha, depending what they wanted to call it. But the gameplay, I felt like default, I was forced into pure combat, and I wasn't really sure how best to use some of the more expressive spells and abilities to really explore the world and explore the communication content. I'm hoping that gets more easier to do without having to play through the game once and then go back and say, all right, well, where can I expand? So I've heard with Solasta, there's a lot more, the gameplay feels a lot more intuitive. It feels a lot more expressive, and you can do a lot more interesting things. So I'm going to check that out. It sounds like, based on what I've heard, it's amazing, and based on what chat here is saying, that's fantastic as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, you preemptively have my seal of toaster approval from the Chronic Toast. Solasta sounds fantastic. I keep being told it's fantastic. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say it probably is fantastic. So go and check it out, and I definitely will be giving it a look here, probably in the weeks to come, and you might end up seeing it on the channel. That could be pretty darn cool. Served Coast is an amazing game for being made on a $300,000 budget by an indie studio with only 20 people. Excuse me. Woo, only 20 people. That's really good. And it's almost a perfect expression of TT5e. Oh, baby. Graybeard, those are very sexy words right there, sir. Oh man, I'm gonna check that out. That's good. So I think that's awesome. That's really, really cool. Look at this. Steel Warrior Studios cracking up the kills over here, doing some good stuff, forcing some ejections. We have ourselves a chance to get a Falcon 4N. There's some other goodies here. So here, okay, so this is what we were talking about here. This is what we have, right? So for example, we're talking about, I think it was Reese's, I think you were asking about how this worked. And we kind of explained it in chat, but visually we'll go through it right here. For anyone that's playing BEX3025 Commander's Edition mod, BEX we have this, especially on the more difficult settings. We're playing for 8 pieces per mech to build these. And as well as Reese's, that's why we only are getting 10 XP. Our XP gain is very, very slow. You go on a mission that's not very difficult for your pilots. If your pilots are higher tier, the minimum XP and the maximum XP they can get basically on those missions where they're just going out, it's a milk run for them, is only 10 XP. So that's why things like training modules where you can earn 20, 30, 50 XP a month is very, very beneficial. Now, if we were to go out and do like a 3.5 skull or a 4 skull mission, they would be gaining XP like no holds barred, starting to level up. So it's always a risk versus reward. The better missions you take, the better the more difficult the missions, the better your pilots will be able to learn from it. Otherwise, they don't level up that much. Right now, we are bottlenecked by equipment. Our pilots are better than our equipment. So that's what we're working with. We're slowly going to try to work through that. But right now for this, you can see you've got a 0 and a 0 and an 8 and a 0. Over here, we are playing in 8 pieces per mech. What that means is, for example, we have 8 pieces total to build a mech. This first one over here for a WASP 1K, for example, is a 4(6). We have 4 of the 1K. We have 4 pieces of a WASP 1K in our inventory right now. But factoring all the other variants of a 1K, a 1A, things like that that are compatible with each other for swapping out components and parts, we have 6. So if we were to grab this WASP 1K, that means that we would have 5 WASP 1Ks pieces in our inventory, and we would have 7 total of all the different variants. Because we're playing on simulation difficulty, we can mix and match mech variants. And 1K and 1A, and we can pull all this stuff together and build a mech, which is fantastic. If you're playing on the normal variants or the easier difficulty settings, you have to actually research that as part of your Argo upgrades in order to do that. And so it's a bit of a balancing issue that they've set up to kind of incentivize the difficulty of playing on the hardest difficulty settings. Here's a little bit of a boon. If you want to use it, you can mix and match. Additionally, you can see the parentheses next to the 8 over here. We don't have any of these mechs currently built. If we had a 1K built but stored in inventory, you can see that we already have one over here. And that's kind of the lowdown, the ins and outs and all that fun stuff as they go through. That's right, Seawolf. So we could sell every single one of these WASP 1K parts for about 16 to 20,000 C-bills. And so, cool, if we have 5 parts, we can make 100,000 C-bills. Or if we actually have this WASP 1K and we assemble it, we can make between 170 to 280,000 C-bills, just as rough ballparks, depending on where we're at. Is it a faction store? Are we in friendly territory? Things like that, which is pretty darn awesome. You know, are we on good terms with the faction area that we're in? And so that's kind of how that's set up. That's kind of how it visualizes. So, for example, we have no parts of any kind for the Falcon N. So take a look at the Falcon N just so that we have an idea of what it is, because this is a pretty cool looking mech for a 30-ton. Stock role: light recon and skirmisher. While originally sporting a weapons array similar to the Locust, Stinger, and Wasp, it was charged to defeat. The Falcon's 6 tons of Star Guard Type 2 armor provides it with vastly superior protection. Cool. Pretty simple. This whole mech was designed to go and hunt Locusts, Stingers, and Wasps, and it does a really, really good job. So the other thing with this mech is it's got unlockable affinities. If you have a pilot that spends 10 missions in this in a row, they gain a +1 piloting because they get comfortable with it. If they spend 20 missions, they get +1 resolve generation. They're able to attribute their skills a bit better. 30 missions, they get +2 melee defense. They're easier to dodge, and they're not as hard to it's easier for them to not get hit in melee. And if they spend 50, it's second nature. They get +1 gunnery. They're better at it. Now, in addition to this, you get the mech quirks, which you get right off the bat. This is a narrow, low profile, so they automatically get +1 hit defense. So if you have a pilot that has spent a significant amount of time in this mech, they're going to be significantly better at not just hunting down the other stingers and stuff like that, but simply just not getting hit, which is pretty darn awesome. So I like it quite a bit. Reese's Rule says, appreciate the explanation. Absolutely, no worries. If anyone ever has any questions, yourself included, or anyone else that's watching, both on here on Twitch or when it goes live over on YouTube, just let me know. Reach out and ask me. Reach out and ask the community. I will be happy to help you out to gain clarification on mechanics, rules, features, or where to go to download the game, how to update stuff. And that being said, if I'm not available and you're not necessarily sure if you want to reach out, because I'm totally okay with that, you can also always go over to thenexusmods.com. And that's got most of the information. There's a little bit of a FAQ over there for the mod. This is where you can pick up the mod. nexusmods.com, type in 3025 and search. It'll be the first one that pops up. At that link, there's also a link to their Discord, which is a massive community of very friendly individuals. So if you have a question, you ask it. There is no such thing as a dumb question. Someone will be able to answer your question and give you the information that you need as well. So I think, ladies and gents, we're going to be grabbing not the Falcon. That'd be really cool, but we need some C-pills. So I'm going to grab a 1K piece, and we're going to scroll down here to see if there's any extra goodies and loot. We're kind of scumming through the middle of creating territory, almost into the border rounds. So we're not going to see a lot of Tier 2 tech just yet. Though last stream we got murdered by that, which was really, really painful. So there we go. And we got a Wasp 1K part. So we're going to have 5 and then 7 total pieces out of 8. AC5, do we have any of these already? We've got 0. We're going to keep it. Machine guns, we're going to keep these as well. And jump jets, we've been using these up a little bit. We're going to hang on to these for now as well. Normally, you could shift click and sell them, which you get a little bit of cash back. We're not going to do that. We're going to hang on to that. So there we go. We're going to press that continue button. Let's go see how things are shaking out. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm pretty darn excited. Again, I look forward to this stuff every single week. It's really, really exciting. It's really a huge thing that I'm stoked about. And there have been a little bit of glitches a little bit here on the stream. And I think we're going to dive into that. It's going to be a Streamlabs issue with some settings that changed. I'm going to get that squared away. And we'll be rocking back at a 760, 720p, at 60 FPS without too many dropped frames, which is awesome. My CPU right now is at like 3% usage. And so I think we're going to be pulling everything back over to hardware rendering utilization. And we'll see how that goes. So financial report is coming up in 4 days. We got a bunch of warriors and individuals, mech pilots that are fatigued out. Tank Air is going to be back in action here in 8 days, and then not too further down there, about 9 days, everyone else with, and then Toast 67 days. So that's one long poker game. That's a one decent-sized D&D campaign going on there for those that are in the med bay. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I think we're going to end our stream here right now. We've reached that 2-hour mark. I need to go off and do more Papa Toast dad things, but you'll be able to catch us here a week from today on Sunday, and most likely on Friday if we get the chance to get a nice bonus stream going. But in the meantime, think about it. Let me know if you have any thoughts and theories about what you'd like to see us go after in this campaign and series. And if you're watching this on YouTube, please post in the comment section down below as well. We very nearly went bankrupt, but we didn't quite. We're still moving forward. And next stream, we are going to be hiring pilots. So hit that follow button. Thank you very much, friend of Entropy, Steelhammer Soul Forger, Therax C, as well as Culver Dreams, Red Legs 1990, B. Delimey, as well as a few others that are out there as well. Thank you very much for the follows. If you stick around, we're going to go find someone to raid and doing some more Battletech action as well as Mech Warrior action. And yeah, we'll see you next time. Thank you much. Have a good week. We'll catch you later.